hearing so many mixed messaging. I'm hearing like, yeah, it really only truly affects older people. Young people don't really get it like that, or they get it, but like their symptoms are like, I don't know. I be hearing a whole bunch of shit, bro.
It'll fuck you up, especially if you're somebody with like you already got upper respiratory issues, whether it's asthma, stuff like that. Like it'll really fuck you up, like dead ass. Like I don't want to be somebody who got it and they already got upper respiratory issues, bro.
I mean, you're ready for dead when you have the flu. So imagine catching that shit.
Yeah, that shit feel bad, yo.
You'll be forgetting having the flu. You feel death, bro. You get hot as fuck. You get the chills. You got all that.
On the low, yo, I might have had a corona fucking 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks ago, like 2 months ago, bro. For real, because I thought like,
I was thinking about that shit too, like, because I was sick like early in the year.
Fuck, bro. I was sick as shit. I thought I was gonna die. I was getting cold sweats and all.
Boy, niggas be hypochondriacs, bro. Y'all had that shit, yeah.
Yo, Loki, I think I got it and I recovered from it, dog. On the low.
Yo, I'm a hypochondriac, yo. I heard dudes had it in the hospital. They were gonna send it to my unit, and I just caught chest pain. I said, "Oh,
I got chest pain right now. I ain't even gonna hold you."
I ain't gonna lie. I started coughing for no reason. I said, "Damn, do I got it?" Fuck that. I don't want to take no risk.
No, it's got to be a dry cough, dude. So you got to be like hacking and shit.
That's why. Like I don't have no other symptoms, and I check my temperature.
Like old school shit. If you hold your breath for 10 seconds, like you have to breathe in. That's some old school remedy type shit to see if you got the flu. I cough
see if you got like shortness of breath and shit like that.
I'm fat, so I got shortness of breath.
I'm fat, so I got shortness of breath.
Ridiculous, yo. So you
it's always the one nigga that take fat.
So what?
So you be hitting the gym and ting though, dog.
Yeah, I mean, I can have big arms in the chest. I still got a dad gut. You know what I'm saying?
That's the hardest shit to get rid of.
Eat a nigga ass or something.
Yo, do I hear gunshots?
Yeah, man. Welcome to the podcast.
Go look out your window, dog.
Eat a nigga ass or something.
Oh.
Whoa.
What? Huh?
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, everything sounds good.
Yeah, they got a soundboard over there on Weapon Wheel now, Jack.
Jack, we gotta address this. Jack, we gotta address this. No, seriously, you gotta speak on behalf of BG, bro. Why they keep on stealing my sauce? Like, it's a fact. Niggas can't even deny it at this point. Why they keep on stealing our sauce that we doing over here? Like this nigga pulls up with a pen and paper and just they see our shit and just write it down. Everything I do, write it down. All right, we're gonna implement this. First, I pull up to Weapon Wheel. I'm like, let me check out. I've watched Weapon Wheel a couple episodes. Let me see what's going on over here, dog. I pull up and I hear a soundboard thing. I'm like, huh? I'm like, this nigga BG, bro. At it again. Niggas can't have nothing to themselves, bro.
I told him not to do it,
though. He did it anyway.
He did it anyway. He was like, it's gonna be heat. I want to do. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, dog? I don't know, man.
It is gonna be great, man. Just you watch.
Nah.
He's on that type shit.
So, let me give you the rundown, Ricky. You know what I mean? So pretty much, I decided that you know what, everyone's thumbnail be lacking. It'd be mid out here, so I'm gonna switch it up, the thumbnail style a little bit, and do some to draw more eyes. So literally, this man goes and copies my exact same template shit. He gets the design pretty much the damn same, and he slaps the Weapon Wheel logo on it. He's like, yo, Kofi, yo, Loki, I'm taking that shit. He even said it on Twitter, he's taking that shit. So even admitted to taking that shit.
It was the most, you could literally copyright strike him if you wanted to.
He took that shit. All right, then next, he already knows we be doing the soundboard thing for a while, yo. I pull up the Weapon Wheel. This man got a soundboard now. I'm like, damn, bro. That man's have the nerve, dog. We the innovators out here, dog. It is what it is. Niggas don't want to give us our credit, but whatever, man. It is what it is. We'll continue to come up with new ideas for people to take it. You know what I mean? But it's all good, dog.
We are the trendsetters.
We're going to go ahead and get started, though. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. Big shout out to the chat. Go ahead and share this link, please, on the timeline. Would really appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that like button too, man. Thank you for the support. All of our patrons we got like 197 of y'all. Really appreciate it. Off the record next Tuesday. So make sure you guys tune into that, man. So we're going to go ahead and do the introductions. We're going to start off with our panel in case if there's any new faces in here. It's going to be a great podcast. So make sure y'all, strap in. We're going to start off with Jack. Jack, say what's up.
What's good, everybody? What's poppin'? How y'all doing?
Alex.
Everybody, it's just a few more hours till Doom Eternal releases. A game with actual gameplay. I'm excited. Also, I made 2 great new videos on the Xbox specs and the PS5 specs. Check that out. And then tomorrow, we are streaming Doom Eternal, day 1. baby on the channel. So come on and see that.
Yeah. J-Man?
What's going on, everybody? J-Man back checking in with the podcast. I don't know, dog. I'm feeling a little out of it today, but we're gonna see what's
Why,
good.
yo? What was wrong with you, yo?
My chest, I ain't gonna front. My chest kind of bothering me right now.
You the happiest fucking dude I know.
So we gonna see. I'm a little paranoid, but I might have that C virus, dog.
Yeah, sometimes that should be a mental shit too, bro. Like you be thinking yourself sick. You know what I mean? Like you be like, you know what I mean? Because I've been feeling like, like low key my throat feeling a type of way, but I think it's all in my head on the low because all this shit that's going on in the world, So
yeah. That shit is like directly in my, on the timeline and shit. So I might have to disconnect from social media for a little bit, and I'll probably feel better.
Yeah,
it's a little bit too much if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on in the world right now. It's spooky, man. It's a lot. And we got 2 guests. They've been on the podcast before, but it's been a minute. Especially this person right here, because he gone Hollywood on the mans out here. You don't even holler at mans like that no more. You know what I mean? 3MG, say what's up, bro.
What's going on, y'all? Listen, I think I contacted you. You got back to me a day later. I said, damn, I ain't shit. He used to contact me 20 minutes after, yo. But nah, what's going on? I'm glad to be back. I watch y'all every Thursday, man, all the time. I'm gonna be honest with you. If when they say if it quack like a duck, looks like a duck, it most likely be like a duck. Man.
Yo,
breathing heavy. If you feel it, you got corona.
How does your chest feel? Is it tight?
Yeah,
it's more like a burning sensation than I'm kind of feeling in my chest.
So that's
in your chest or in your groin?
Smoke some weed, dog.
It's like up here.
You smoke some weed?
Nah, I don't smoke.
I mean, you got medicine. Yo, I just took medicine, even though I know I'm not fully sick. You should just take that. But
so he doesn't smoke. Maybe he eats the brownies because you eat it, you get real fucked up when you take it on brownie form.
I ate edible.
I never tried the edibles.
You do edible, so dude, if you do like an edible, people get like a really bad reaction sometimes because the way your liver processes it is way different than when you smoke it. So you get like hallucinations and you trip the fuck out. Don't ask me how I know.
Yo, hold up. Now that we got 3MG here, you did make it, bro. Cause I seen a video on Pornhub. Yes. And I was, it was, you were in the background, Ricky Dog. Yo, you made it, bro.
Let me make this clear. I was at PAX and Jack Moon at me saying, "Yo, Rick, I was trying to look up BBWs, and there's a dude on Pornhub watching your live stream while getting his dick sucked." I'm sorry, wait, we can curse?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. So I'm like, wait, there's a dude, like, and I thought I got exposed. I said, I swear to God, if I left my webcam open, yo, like, but no, somebody was watching my live stream, hearing me rage while some girl was topping them off. And I said, yo,
you made it.
I appreciate you, yo. Like, that's crazy. Like, I never thought in a million years somebody watches me and gets busy.
Bro,
that's insane.
You made
not
it,
only
dog.
watches, but he was getting stroked while listening.
Bro, you know how long I've been trying to get like a Pornhub sponsorship on this podcast?
Ricky, so what if he thought of you while he was getting his dick sucked?
All right. You had to take it too far. You had to take it too far, bro. You gotta take it too far, bro.
That shit ruined my whole fucking day, dog.
I heard my bad, Jack.
I was like, fucked up the crank, dog.
Yo, Jack, you had to take.
I'm like, hold on, I know this ain't Ricky out here.
I'm gonna give it a beat.
Look and see if I got extra tabs up. I'm like, is that?
Yo,
this goddamn video? Come on.
Yo, Jack, I hope you didn't have your tallywhacker out, bro, in the middle of all
I had to put it away and get on Twitter. I can't believe this shit, man.
Wait,
I wasn't gonna say nothing at first. But I'm like, ain't nobody gonna believe this shit.
So wait, my voice made you soft?
It should have made you. Yeah, you should have been like diamonds after him.
I can't. It was just weird because I'm like, I know this dude ain't watching Ricky gameplay. Why he? Come on.
Wait. So because you heard my voice, that stopped you from handling your business?
I had to turn the video off.
Yeah, you gotta disconnect after that.
On some real shit.
No, you finish. Listen, you respect the person and you finish. Okay.
Yeah, on some real shit. Anyhow, like I was like watching some shit on Pornhub, beating my meat, and I heard Jack voice or even J Main or Alice voice. Dog, I don't think I could finish, dog. That was just
you gonna start thinking about that person while you're doing like
even if it was the most fire shit, I think I'm like, I'm good, dog.
You know that if it was me just talking to you like this,
dog.
Then you gonna start thinking about live streams, like, oh fuck, I gotta stream today.
You touching me.
You would have been like, hey man, just go ahead and bust that nut.
I heard
the fuck.
I heard Alex talking about Doom Eternal. My Doom Eternal video should should be uploading later, but I didn't know y'all was fucking with it. I could have got y'all code. Y'all wilding out, man.
Oh yeah.
I got the connect, man.
No, see, Ricky, here's the
plug,
thing.
bro.
Ricky, here's the thing.
plugged in
Though.
like
I'm
that?
the only one in this podcast that actually has, good taste in games. They
Get
all
outta
really
here.
Y'all don't
nice.
like Doom?
You
Y'all
know,
like Doom?
like-
I like Doom.
I'm fucking with
too.
Doom.
I
What you talking
like
I know
that
what you're
game.
talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Doom is like
I love
those
2016
nostalgia games.
Doom is lit.
2016, bro. Yeah, man. And we got another guest. We got Fame in the building. I had to get an Xbox representative today. Say what's
That's
up,
the,
Fame.
only, that's the only time this nigga ever hit me up. Hey, you come in tonight, fam? I be like, no, bro, I'm tired of shit, bro. He be like, Xbox goes, you want to come here, G? I'm like, no, bro, like I ain't got time for that shit. But I got energy today, so it's all good today. So, but yeah, man, I host the Lucky Podcast. I also write for TickGamesNetwork.com, and I be wilding out of shit sometime on Twitter. So
Hey man, shout out to Griffin Gaming, by the way.
Hey, he sent some folks my way, bro. Like, I didn't know I could act this shit like that. I was like, yo, like, can I get a Golden Globe?
Oh, I seen that. I seen that because I actually seen that across my sub box, and I actually watched it.
I saw that. I saw that video, fam. You think you funny?
Yeah, he was acting like a Sony
it was for
fanboy.
real. Niggas
People
thought it was for real, bro.
How's the video performing? Is it performing good?
I got hella dislikes.
Oh my god!
They got mad dislikes. Dude,
Oh, what, the Horizon video?
Algorithm is the algorithm, baby. Just,
hey, I'll take it.
the algorithm, as long as you get, all it cares about is engagement. That's all it cares about.
I hope you threw a negative word in the title too, man. You gotta get in the algorithm, baby. Fuck
Yo,
that
Ricky,
shit.
Ricky taught me the game low key. He gave me a lot of tips. He taught me the game.
said-
Now
You talking about your Horizon video, Fame?
Now, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I watched that. That was funny.
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is Griffin Gaming? And why the hell he done made a whole video?
Oh,
and
got like 100,000 subs. He's
Yeah,
straight.
who the
He's
hell
good
is
to
this
go.
dude?
Yeah, oh my god, Jack.
What is
Jack.
wrong with this shit, man? It's gonna show my dick. It's gonna end up showing my dick, yo. Why does it keep showing that?
Yo, hey, yo.
It's gonna end up showing my dick, yo.
Yo, Jack.
Why did it do that?
Yo, Jack's laptop camera, his angle is so fucking wild, bro.
It's
a wild angle,
I keep
bro.
doing that. Keep unplugging and replugging. What's wrong, man? Hey, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this?
I ain't trying to sit there and
I ain't trying to show my dick on camera neither.
I don't want to see
That
that.
shit look like you was beating off, my nigga.
I ain't got
That
no
man
way,
shit
no
on
pants.
purpose,
Hey, man.
You grab your shit while we on the podcast?
Why I keep showing that, bro? That angle is crazy.
Hey, this how Jack started his OnlyFans. This how he got introduced to that shit.
Jeez.
Jack, just lay it back on your stomach and let it just sit there.
Oh
Bro,
my
yeah,
god.
y'all gonna see some dick, man. I'm telling y'all, y'all.
Hey,
Keep
yo.
playing.
All right, yo, Press Start Podcast, episode 143. We're gonna go ahead and get started. But before, we gotta wrap up this saga, you know what I mean? With me and J Main. We gotta wrap up this saga. So if you don't know what happened with the Dreams versus Ori bet, it ended in a draw. Dreams is currently Dreams was locked in at a 90 for J Main, and in the last minute, Ori and the Will of the Wisp changed from 89 to a 90. So it kind of ended in a draw, or it did end in a draw, and it was pretty anticlimactic. I would agree. I would have liked a winner to come out of this, even if I lost or anything like that. But in the end of the day, J Main, I was right though. I was right in the end of the day.
Now, you were wrong. You were like,
I was
you
right
and
in
BG couldn't be any more wrong about Dreams and how it performed. Y'all recall back when the bet was first made and how hype Kofi was about how easy money
I thought it was
gonna
easy.
be
I thought it would be
and
easy at first.
How Dreams wouldn't score, but would be lucky to get an 85. And BG was like, was he drunk during the podcast when we made this bet? Y'all slept so hard only for y'all to ease by with a draw at the last damn minute. Count yourselves lucky that some of these reviews came in when they did, because y'all got lucky as hell, dog. Just count yourself lucky. So
What's the review score now?
For what?
It's still 90-90. It's still 90-90 right now.
Yes.
No, it's
Dreams is
88.
88.
No,
Dreams
Dreams
is
is 88.
It's 88, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Dreams 88. Ori is still at a 90.
All right,
Y'all like Dreams or no? Y'all liking it? I'm
Dreams?
I ain't got
I
it.
enjoy Dreams.
Yeah, I like Dreams. Where my soundboard at? Hold up.
That shit was brilliant. I got a warning.
Here's about
Bias
to fall
soundboard.
mic.
No, there's no warning, Ricky. There's no warning.
Oh, all right, just straight ass and balls. I got you. All right.
Welcome to Press Start Podcast, man.
Got
I
you.
actually just hit up one of the creators from Dreams on the game that he was making to see the status of it, because it looked pretty good. And he was like that he pretty much went back to the drawing board after the reception he got on Twitter. and he's adding a bunch of more stuff to his game. So I'm actually looking forward to that.
Somebody made Mario on that thing too.
Yeah, it's a bunch of cool shit. On there.
I was just saying that in the Discord. It's funny how you give PlayStation gamers the tools to make any game they want, and they make a whole bunch of Nintendo games, bro. I just found that funny. I just found that kind of funny still. Jack, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, at least Nintendo keep their games exclusive. So
Jack,
they got people lined up.
Why did that bother you, Jack? Come on, man.
I ain't say it bothered me. I'm just letting you know.
I know
Jack,
it
so
does, bro.
You know it bothers
Are
me.
you gonna be?
I'm just letting
Jack,
you know.
Are you gonna be a pro Nintendo? Are you gonna be like a full Nintendo channel from now on and make like really big mouth open
Oh God,
fucking thumbnails?
showing my tonsils and shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Maybe.
Be a
dog.
Obi-Wan
sword
Play
boy.
still doing his thing?
His channel fucking dead. Dog.
Oh shit.
His dick got. Hey, he an Xbox dude now.
Yeah, he turned to an Xbox dude. Then like
His
he be
dick gotta
getting
be
like,
touching the ceiling with the Series X.
some of my live streams be getting more views than his shit now. He still be having occasional videos to be popping though, like some, you know what I mean? He still be having them the videos.
Yo, this generation weird. Like so many dudes done converted to different fucking fandoms that I can't keep up.
Why can't people just be fucking like into
genuine
everything?
and yeah,
Gamers? You mean
how
enjoy
they
gaming?
actually feel?
Bro, like I said,
like
like
loving hip
it's
hop,
not even
dog.
about like. Look, I'm not even advocating for people to like even be like neutral or term and term. Like I don't like nigga. You can have a preference or like whatever console you prefer to play your games on. But some of these games on these other platforms are undeniably appealing. You can't tell me that there's zero games that interest you on PlayStation. You can't tell me that there's zero games that interest you on Switch or zero games that look somewhat appealing on Xbox either. You know what I mean?
Somewhat.
What's up? Hey, but here's the thing, and Jack, until y'all niggas stop supporting Crap Gamer, everything PlayStation gonna come crumbling down. Until y'all stop supporting that nigga. Like I said, the Crap Gamer curse continues, baby.
Okay, I feel what you said.
Wait, what is
He a PlayStation guy now.
Explain
Yeah.
explain the
You
crap
don't like that
gamer
nigga.
curse.
Hold on. How did he?
What?
Fame,
The crap
what is
gamer
this curse? Tell me about this
The
curse.
Crap Gamer curse. The moment he moved over, became a PlayStation fanatic, Sony drone, all of the above. The things that you guys love the most became crumbling down. Exclusive going over to PC, them doing cross-play, things y'all spoke up against. And man, bring it all to he a double agent.
I ain't going front. That's a dub for me. So I might, you know what I mean? I might be a fan.
I don't know about Crap Gamer, man. Like he's still popping. Like
I don't even know, bro.
Let me see.
I stopped looking at that side of YouTube, to be honest. I don't
Crap Gamer is Teflon Don though. After he got caught out there not playing games, he still was good.
He
in
keep
these
on
streets.
going.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, they ain't even fucking matter.
Crap Gamer has 58,000 subscribers.
People still fucking with him.
Y'all gonna be honest with me. I mean, I hope.
Actually, if you
Shout
was-
out,
when he
yo,
was-
shout out, yo,
views-
shout out to
yo,
him
shut
though.
up.
Shout out to him.
His
dog.
views make
I ain't hate
half
it.
a million views. His videos make 500,000 views.
And they be the same dumb shit every day.
So
Yo, I'm
don't
not
tell me
hating,
his
dog. Yo,
channel's dead.
do your thing. Yo, let him do his thing over.
My
Let him
man
do
is doing
thing.
his
Do your
thing.
Damn, you
thing,
see his
dog.
dislike bar? Yo.
Listen, the dislike bar is pretty high, but that's
His
engagement.
dislike bar was like that.
Yeah,
when-
I'm gonna keep it a bean though. Yo, I mean, I'm not. I mean, like I know some Nintendo guys who just strictly Nintendo channels, but when you talk to them about other games, they fuck with everything. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
the only dude y'all might think I'm bugging, maybe because I haven't caught up with you guys on who. I'm always gonna be cool with Heartache, but also I got mutual like respect and cool with Zaire. I don't know if y'all still talk to him.
I never,
Actually,
I've,
had a relationship with Zaire.
I
Didn't
never
he
had
move
it.
to Twitch?
I've never had
Nah,
it.
like,
You never talked to Zaire before?
I never
Nah,
had
like,
it.
Only when we
he
played
was-
Gears. That was about it.
He's
I
moved
know.
to Twitch, didn't he? I see
yeah,
him
he
like
streamed on
on
Twitch.
Twitch. He showed up.
Yeah, he streamed.
Zaire hit me with that unfollow, so I was like, shit. This
Nah,
is
all those his shit was all up, but with Crap Game, his shit was he blocked me because I beat what's that game? Quantum Break like 5 times.
Oh
and-
yeah, you say you beat in like 4 hours or
and
some
dude
shit.
blocked me
I
'cause
remember
said
that.
I said, yo, you're mad gay. Like I couldn't even do because I said that game was easy. Like that shit threw me off. I was like, wow.
Hey, until him and like MGB show some shit like some stats or whatever, they all both gonna be frauds to me. And that's facts.
MGB was an Xbox guy though, right?
See, that's what I'm trying to get a weapon with. Cause BG got a lot of heat for this dude, apparently, right?
Oh, that would be fire.
Yeah.
I want to see his energy if he pull up to the pot. I want to see that.
Actually, I actually hit him up a long time ago, like when he was an Xbox guy, to come on PSP. Or why he said
ain't
he
gonna
don't.
come on.
He said he don't do podcasts way back then. Like I hit him like way back before he even blew up and pop like that.
I can respect.
So ain't
I can
gonna do it
respect.
now.
He says he doesn't do podcast, and that was way back.
Wait, who you talking about?
MGB or some shit. Yeah.
Muscle bound.
Is it good that
some
I don't
shit
know
like
that?
that.
Or
I don't know.
should I know that?
I don't
Nah,
know.
you should.
No.
Oh, it's MBG. Yeah.
Yeah, you good not knowing. I mean, most of us you don't need to know. To be
You're
honest,
good
like,
not knowing.
we just be.
Yo,
I know
you know who
you
gets
guys.
you know who gets crazy fucking views? Colt Eastwood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That guy gets some fucking
No, you know-
views,
you
man.
know-
His artwork be on point, bro. That's the thing. Like he be his videos like visually good to look at.
his visual editing is fucking like some of the best I've seen in a long
fact.
time.
I wish I could watch it, but he blocked me too, so I don't want
Break
to.
it back,
He definitely blocked me. He blocked me too.
Damn, I didn't block you too. Everybody got you blocked.
Wait,
Bro,
he didn't
all
block
because
me.
of Quantum Break, bro.
He didn't block
I said,
me.
I
That's
beat it
fine.
3 times. I said I beat it 3 times. He was like, "Oh, because you enjoy it, right?" I said, "I'll be honest with you. I put on the highest difficulty, beat it 3 times on stream. Like I didn't have to upgrade any abilities. Blocked me. I said, "What the fuck just happened? What I say?" I said, "What
Hate
did I
to
just
see
say,
it.
dude?" I said,
I can't even be mad at these niggas hustle, dog. Like they doing their thing on their YouTube. They doing what they're supposed to. Go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
man. Listen,
Even
if I
don't
was
agree with,
smart
even
enough
if I don't
to, like-
agree with what they're doing, like yo, they're still doing whatever.
I
they gotta
wish
do, bro.
I was like when I started like manipulating the algorithm earlier on instead of trying to do it now, because it would have been a whole different channel, whole different thing if I just manipulated.
Bro, you just gotta play the
algorithm
game. Look.
Yeah.
You just gotta kind of play the game, and some of us are not willing to like do certain things, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, what's funny is like the last 2 videos I put up, there's like 400 to 500 views on them because I put them out the day they came out, and then I started tagging them right, and then I named them.
always
everything
tag
else
them
is-
before you
always
tag
tag them
them
shits up.
before and add the ads before. Like always upload your videos unlisted and do all the details because it takes like 2 hours.
Yeah.
For it to show. And also add like a negative word on your title. Swear to God, it works every time.
A negative word? What do you mean?
yeah, people like that.
ha-
No,
like
Doom Eternal, does it suck?
Like the word
yeah,
hacker.
that's facts, yo, facts. Yo, might as well know how to play the game. Yo, I know how to play the game, but sometimes I'd be falling back. But there's definitely a way you can maneuver to do certain shit, bro. With
I never
title,
thought about
name,
doing a
and
negative
thumbnail.
title. That's
When I
that's
say
weird.
negative, it
Not a
doesn't
negative title, but a
necessarily
negative
mean that.
word
like-
in there,
It's
like a
like
negative
clickbait
word in there.
title.
Well,
Yeah,
like
you
like,
have to do
like
it
a
half-
negative connotation is what you mean.
I'll put it like this. So
Like
YouTube
my
right now
order
is trying to
video,
catch-
yeah.
If YouTube's trying to catch everybody who's doing fraud, anybody with like the word hacker, stealing, robbery, killing, shooting on their title gets picked up immediately. That's why you get that yellow $sign. Now use that, put a banger ass video out with a banger ass title, but put one of those words in there if it makes sense to put it in there. YouTube's gonna immediately approve it, but you get pushed up in the algorithm because YouTube is trying to crack down on anybody who's trying to do anything that's gonna fuck up their platform. But if you change
Right.
that and use the negative words,
So like if you would be like PS5 specs revealed, does it suck?
Doesn't suck. That should be working though. That
Yep.
should low key be working.
I'll be
you know
honest
what
with you.
I mean? That
Like
should be
I
working,
remember
bro.
there's this one video I posted like about a month ago, and I said I snuck into her house. I punched this woman in the face or something like that.
Whoa,
I seen one of your
whoa.
video titles recently too, bro. It was like I'm dealing drugs and some shit.
Oh yeah, no,
There
that
was-
was some recent one. But
There was one video that was like crackhead comes to my window, and it was like 6 million views, and I was like, it's like 30 seconds of a crackhead like climbing up a ladder, being like, "Hey, you got any cigarettes?" The guy's like, "No,"
Surprised,
and then
bro.
the video ends. Like,
Boy, y'all be YouTube hustling, boy.
Hey.
Damn shame. Damn shame.
All right, yo.
hey man, ad revenue is ad revenue.
Let's
baby.
get to the
Give me
shits,
those,
dog.
give me those pennies.
Let's go ahead and get to the shits. Where should we start off? I'm gonna ask
Xbox.
J Main. Where should we start off? There's a lot to talk about. The Xbox Series X. Did we talk about that? The full specs on last podcast, or that happened just recently?
Nah.
That
I think
happened
that
this-
just came out this week.
That was
happened
this
this
week.
week.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah,
so
this week.
both
Yeah.
the
this week.
Xbox full specs came out. The PlayStation 5 full specs came out. Finally, they finally did some sort of reveal. Yes, it was a GDC presentation that was for the developers, but since the whole Ting virus is going on, you know what I mean? They had to.
Corona.
They had to live stream it or on their channel, right? So everyone has been making their or letting their opinions be known about how they feel about that live stream. We're gonna talk about that too. So, J-Man, where should we start? Should we start with PlayStation or should we start with Xbox first? What do you where should we start?
I think we should start with Xbox first.
Xbox first. All right. So since I do not know the stat sheets off the top of my head. I have to go look for it.
I got the list right here. If you want me to read it down.
Yeah, all right, so break it down. Break it down. The specs.
All right,
Yeah, this is the
I'm
only
just gonna
time.
Say some shit you don't understand. Come on.
Nah.
This is the only time y'all gonna hear this. But we're gonna talk about other shit. We're not gonna be
Right.
try to
I'm just gonna give y'all the list. I'm not breaking shit down.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
not
know
breaking shit.
what half of this shit
watch
means, but
watch Digital Foundry. You don't watch us. We're here for the jokes. We're here for
Right.
the entertainment, and we're here to give us our opinions on games because that's what we actually do. We play games here. So, J-Man, just run down the sheet. And see what's up.
I got you. So for the Xbox specs, we got the CPU as a 8-core, 3.8 gigahertz, custom Zen 2 CPU. My bad. GPU we already know was 12 teraflops. They just confirmed it. 52 CUs at 1.825 gigahertz, custom RDNA 2. That's y'all favorite word this goddamn generation.
Jesus Christ.
Die size 360.45 mm2, probably millimeters. I don't fucking know.
That's millimeters.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
millimeters.
Process 7 nanometers enhanced. Memory 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 with a 320 megabyte bus. Is that some titties? Or never mind.
No, bus is the the bandwidth. Okay, never mind.
Memory,
But
memory.
but the RAM is split between 10 and 6. It's just two different types of RAM.
That's exactly the next thing I was about to read.
Yep.
10 gigabytes at 560 gigabytes per second, and then you got 6 gigabytes at 336 gigabytes per second.
Right.
Internal storage, we got 1 terabyte custom NVMe SSD. IO throughput.
Yep.
2.4 gigabytes raw and 4.8 gigabytes compressed with custom hardware decompression block. Expandable storage. These is the memory cards that you probably saw that they have for the Xbox Series X with the SSD, 1 terabyte expansion cards. Seems to be proprietary.
It is.
Yeah, through
it
Seagate.
is. It is. So we could
From
talk about
Seagate.
that. We could talk about that because that's a topic that we could discuss and just predict how it's gonna go since Microsoft chose this time around to work with Seagate and make a proprietary memory card. So that, if you don't know what that means pretty much only a specific memory card that they're selling will work on the Xbox Series X. And the one that they announced so far is 1 terabyte.
Yes.
But before, did you pretty much already read the spec sheet? Is that pretty much it?
Pretty much. We just got the you can
Blu-ray.
you can also
Blu-ray,
use your
Blu-ray.
USB for external hard drive support, and then the Blu-ray
All
drive.
right. So
4K 60 up to 120 FPS.
So back to the expandable memory. Let's stay here for a second. Do you think it's a mistake that Microsoft is going this route? Because a lot of people have
Where can I find the yes button?
flashbacks of the PlayStation Vita having this form of memory, and that was a really expensive thing. You know what I mean?
Can we get a Daniel Bryan yes?
All right, so Alex, tell us why you feel like this is a bad thing.
This is the Vita all over again. The fact that you're making it completely set up to where you can only get expandable memory in terms of hard drive space through Microsoft itself. They control the pricing, they control the market, they control everything. So then now if we're talking about, let's say even in the future with emulation, now you're going to be stuck with that. You have to pull those games off that disk. Now let's also say this. What about next gen when they may not even use those same SSDs for the new console? Now everything's stuck in the past as well. So what if those things fail? There's no redundancy. You have to buy them specifically. What if those hard drives aren't good? What if they're not fast enough? What if things don't happen right? So there's all kinds of things that happen in that playbook where I think Sony's taking the opposite approach, which is the better approach personally, where they're saying, here's a list of SSDs that will work properly. Microsoft is saying, look, here's what we're going to be doing specifically. And there's too many variables that will lead it to something happening in a negative connotation, where I think Microsoft shouldn't have taken it that way, especially with what they're building. They're basically building a PC for you. That's what they're doing. Let's be real. They're just putting a PC together in a box. There's nothing fancy about it. So having that ability to, wanting to have that ability to put any NVMe slot SSD in there would have been ideal, because then I can just take my games to the next console or any other slot as a backup redundancy. And then they don't control the pricing on it, because it could be $100, it could be $150 or $200 what they could charge for it. So I think that's a real shitty thing to do, because if they do a Vita style to it, that's not going to be fun.
It's like some Apple. Isn't that like some Apple? Like we make these specific, port chargers, and you can
Correct.
only buy from us.
Yeah, I hear where you're coming from with the Vita comparison, because I even made that too when Sony announced that you can pretty much put the ones that they approved, but like you can go third party with the SSDs. Right. But the big difference from the Vita in this is that the original Vita didn't have any internal storage space, so you had to have those proprietary cards in order to do pretty much anything on that damn thing. But with this having the internal stuff, for me personally, 1 terabyte has always been more than enough because I only download the games that I play. I don't download shit that I'm not playing. It's more than enough. And in addition to that, these games, they talked about it before, and I think I mentioned it. They said that with these SSDs, they're going to be able to create smaller file size. So these games might not even be as big as the current gen.
We gotta wait and see.
I don't think so. I think they're going to get bigger.
We gotta wait and see for that. I think we gotta wait and see.
But it depends, because they could easily create more things to utilize that, I guess, that space or whatever. But just from how they had to copy files over,
I think what they're going to do is they're going to split. They're going to say, here's Call of Duty. What do you want to install, the single player or the multiplayer?
That's what
I mean.
That's what
I want to install the multiplayer. Okay, that's what you're going to install. That's 50 fucking gigs. Call of Duty right now is like 170 gigs, something crazy. Like Gears 5 was 85 gigs. Halo
Master Chief Collection.
Halo was like 110 gigs. Okay. Like these, so you're talking about like 5, 6, 7, 8 games. That's the most you can have on your hard drive at any time.
So who's playing more than 5 or 6, 7 games at once?
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Alex.
You're a liar. You're not playing 5 or 6, 7 games at once, bro.
J-Man, here's the thing. The big issue with it, and I see where I live, we ain't got data caps. But for people who got data caps, having to reinstall these games over and over again.
That's a point. That's a good point, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like cats can't do that. So you need to keep them games on. You never know if you want to go back and play Overwatch. You might not play it for a month, but you might go back and play it. But you don't want to re-download it.
That's a good point for people who got get data caps. That's actually a good point.
Well, stop living in terrible parts of the country, first of all.
I live in a good part.
Why you had to go there?
Why you gotta do that? Why do you have to do that? Don't be that guy. Don't.
So Ricky,
Adam Orth tried that, and that didn't work out really well. So
that's fine.
Ricky, what do you think about Microsoft using proprietary SSD with their console? Do you think it's a good idea?
I think that's some bullshit. I think they should have just made it to where you could have. Because remember, they were already working with everybody, like with all of us allowing all these storages and stuff like that. So to kind of like make it to where we have to like go through them or their own brand is just trash. But I disagree with you, J-Main. I think like 5. I mean, if they're offering that feature to have 5 games simultaneously, just keep switching. I'm gonna make sure I have all these games installed. Look at audio files nowadays is running like 50 gigs just for audio.
Bro, they're using like uncompressed FLAC, which is crazy.
And we complain about some games not having good audio sound engineering. So if we want that sound engineering, these games are gonna be fucking crazy. Like they're gonna be running like I have a feeling like some of these next gen games are gonna be like 200 something gigs. I don't think that 1 terabyte is enough for us.
You think they're gonna go that high?
I think high. You look at Red Dead Redemption 2.
It's a possibility.
Like 100 and something?
It's a possibility. Who really knows at this point? Because they're saying that with these SSDs now, we don't have to. I remember somebody said that. I don't know, it was Mark Cerny or one of them. They don't have to reload something multiple times on some mumbo jumbo shit that they could bring install size smaller.
They only got to put an asset in once instead of
a million times.
And shit like that.
But what he also said, like no patches or something too. So remember, sometimes these patches add another 10 gigs. Look at
he said no install.
No install. No
install.
But you know one thing. All right, go ahead, Fame.
No, I give it some time, and this won't be the case for the entire gen. I mean, you remember when the Xbox One dropped, the controller, you had to have that proprietary jack to put in the controller just to put the headphones in. That was like, okay, yeah, we fucked up. Let's take that out and make a new controller. I don't, especially if next gen, if there's a refresh, and with Microsoft having other partners, we know they just recently partnered up with Samsung, which I'm surprised that it's Seagate and not Samsung. To be honest, with their partnership, that we don't know what their partnership is. I'm surprised it's not Samsung. I give it 4 or 5 years in the gen, especially if we have a refresh, and this won't be a thing.
I was at PAX and we spoke to Seagate, and they said, you're talking about with Microsoft, right? Well, Seagate, they're trying to tap into just gaming now. So I thought, like, wait, y'all making your own console? They're like, no, we're making dedicated like hard drives. So now that I'm hearing Microsoft got like this kind of thing with them. It makes a lot of sense. They're trying to tap into that specifically because they're saying not many of these like companies are looking to partner up with Sony, Microsoft, or whoever else got a console to try to make hard drives for and just PC. So them trying to tap into that and try to land that deal, I could see them doing that. I just know for a fact, dude, these games, 1 terabyte ain't enough. Well, I got a PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, and that shit's still not enough.
Yeah. All right, yo,
like
Fame.
switching between games.
How you feel about them using, a memory card? You known as the Xbox man. How do you feel about using this going this kind of route with the proprietary memory card?
Like the shit's mad dumb. It's mad dumb. I think the only good thing out of it is I can still plug in my regular SSD and play it regular the Xbox One games. But the fact that they're gonna do this and probably sell them for $250.
That's my next question too. That's what
who gonna cop that? They're gonna be everybody gonna be playing like J-Man 3 games at a time.
I'm thinking 140.
That's right.
Get 149. I think it's gonna be 149 for a 1 terabyte.
I just don't see
That's
it.
crazy. People not buying that.
One thing Microsoft will do, and they have shown to do this, they will make a 180 in a heartbeat. They might have some type of contract with Seagate. We don't know the details. I'm just guessing here. But Microsoft have changed things around before, like I mentioned with the proprietary piece that went into the original Xbox One controller. I don't see this being a thing going throughout the entire gen. Eventually, like, all right, we screwed up. Plug in your SSD and play the game.
Is that possible? Because it seems like this is actually designed for the box. Maybe the ports won't even.
We were also told that the Xbox couldn't function without the Kinect. Things changed.
Hey,
They lied.
hey.
Well, the thing is, if you
every chance they get.
If you look at the breakdown, right, where it has like the 2 split sides, one's got the CPU on one side, one's got the GPU on the other. I guess you can call it that, really. But so what you'll see is that there is a ribbon cable that directly connects to that other piece on the motherboard to where it comes out. So it is like as if you're sliding in an NVMe to it. So you could technically have something like that, but whether or not they'll charge you,
maybe there'll be some type of adapter that might force you to buy. Who knows at this point? But yeah, how I feel about it, I feel that maybe they shouldn't have went this route because we've seen examples of this happen with other platforms and it didn't work out so well. Yeah. And my other question is, how much is this shit gonna cost? Because we usually know stuff that are proprietary usually costs more and stuff like that. So Jack, what do you think the price is gonna be for something like this? If you were to make it just an educated guess. And what is first of all, tell me what you think it's gonna be, and tell me what's a fair price for something like this.
Shit.
And honestly, I don't have an issue with this unless they charge a crazy absorbent amount. So I would say a fair price is like 100, 150. But we talking about a terabyte of like fast storage and all this shit. So I think 100, 150 be a fair price. Yeah, that's fair. If they go, over 200, then it's like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Then it's going to fail if they do some shit like that. But, and I also want to say, I don't understand why people like making fun of a memory card. Like, if you will put a fucking hard drive hanging out,
it's the same shit. Yeah, it's the same shit.
It's the same shit.
If you'll put a big ass hard drive hanging out your stuff, you'll put a memory card in it, man.
Yeah,
it's
actually more convenient.
Yeah, actually,
the memory card's actually more elegant, to be honest.
Actually,
and it's more.
I've seen that floating around the timeline. Like people are making fun of like the Series X for having like a memory card looking thing. But I'm like, yo, don't like some of y'all like plug in like external hard drives in your current consoles to store games? Like, isn't it not the same type of shit? Isn't it the same type of shit? Like,
they need to be making fun of them batteries in that controller, but anyway.
What if I told you that batteries?
All right, one at a time. All right, so we're gonna wrap up this. But so you say 150 is fair or something like that. How about the rest of y'all? Y'all just throw that out first.
I think 150 is what I thought it would. What did they go? 149.
It's fair, but at the start of the gen, your pocket's finna get taken.
How many people y'all think is even gonna take advantage of that though? Do y'all think the majority of people expand their hardware? I mean, they're
not in the beginning.
You see, me personally, I haven't because I don't game enough on these consoles. Like even with my PlayStation, this one's actually a 2 terabyte. Me and Jack got the same one, right? It's a 2 terabyte, I believe, right?
Yeah.
It's been more than enough. All the games that I personally play, I don't need to expand my memory. Maybe if I was gaming on PlayStation, like primarily like Jack is, then maybe
I haven't ran out of space on there yet.
Yeah, so I haven't. Yeah, for me, what I use it for to play the exclusives and stuff, I haven't run out of no space. The shit's been.
You didn't put that in a lake yet?
Nah, bro. Mine's not going there.
Because my mind goes.
Lake. That's where that belongs.
And it looks like I'm gonna need to keep mine, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later, dog. It looks like I'm gonna need to keep my PS4 around anyway. So
I asked that question only because my mind goes back to that the casual market and how many games they play a year, and how they might not need that. So maybe this is why they went that route.
I think the person who really buys expandable memory or plugs in a hard drive is usually like the avid gamer, you would imagine, not really the casual gamer. Or you would think casual gamers really out here copping hard drives for their consoles.
Nah,
I don't think so. Yeah, so this is kind of a thing for like more the hardcore, I believe. All right, so let's move on. We also got some tech demos from Microsoft. We got to see ray tracing with Minecraft. And another thing that a lot of people were laughing at and making fun of was like, oh, you're gonna show ray tracing and use Minecraft, but if you know anything about ray tracing, that's like the best example. First of all, and that shit is demanding as fuck on PC. That is a fact. It's actually demanding.
So you have a 2080 Super
Ti.
I have a 2070 Super. Mm-hmm. When I ran Minecraft, why are you laughing?
Because you tried to play his graphics card.
Oh no, I thought he went a Super.
Nah, every time you tell him about his graphics card, you always tell him he got a Super, dog. He got it corrected like it's a TI.
No, I thought he went the Super route like me. So what's funny is he only bought his GPU with the.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm just saying.
Talk that talk.
So you've played Minecraft Ray Trace, right?
No, I've done Quake. I've done even that one. Fucking is demanding.
So you did. Too. So I did Minecraft Ray Trace. I was getting 300 frames per second on regular Minecraft. Mm-hmm. When I did Ray Traced, I got 40.
Yeah, ray tracing is
ray tracing is demanding, bro.
And
even with the Minecraft.
And honestly, Minecraft looked fucking amazing. Like I've never seen that game look like that in my entire life, or any game look like that. Then I did Control.
Yeah, Control. Control was
and I
sick.
did Control without ray tracing, and I got like 150 FPS. Then I put on ray tracing, and I got like 45 FPS.
Yeah, so the fact that I even seen like the Series X running that, I was impressed. Like if you watch Digital Foundry's video, but they did say that when they turned it on, it did cut the frame rate to 30 frames per second, and they were doing it at 1080p. If you listen to what Digital Foundry says. So this shit, like PC gamers been telling console niggas for a long time, this shit is extremely demanding. And it's kind of hard to imagine that we're gonna see these next generation consoles do anything in like 4K with ray tracing, especially if they're using the fancy kind, like the path tracing type of fancy shit. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, Kofi, you're not realizing with the SSD speed of the PS5, you're gonna hit Last of Us 2, 4K 60 with ray tracing. All my life.
Native, right? Native 4K.
Native.
Get the fuck out of here.
They need to be worried about that snow on Last of Us 2 before they even do anything about that ray tracing.
Didn't they just add jumping into a video game?
That's actually like revolutionary for Last of Us, right?
Yeah, jumping.
You had to be there to see it.
Bethesda game jumps and no Bethesda game. No, Bethesda, they don't allow you to crouch. You can't climb ladders in Bethesda games. So,
but that's why they did everything in ramps. If you notice that,
fucking trash.
They never did any ladders. They all did ramps. It's funny as shit.
Yeah, man. So. Yeah, they did a Minecraft demo. Also, we got a tech demo of the quick resume feature, which I thought that shit was pretty cool. How it saved the exact state that you're in. You know what I mean? And it could swap multiple times. I thought that was really.
You was really impressed by that, dog.
Is that what you mean? Alt tab?
Right. Alt tab, dog.
Look, I've been gaming on PC for some time, enough to have an opinion. And if you've been gaming on PC like I have, you know that alt tab shit could be an issue with a lot of games. And you know for a fact it is. Alt tab out of Modern Warfare, that shit crashes. Sometimes alt tabbing doesn't play nice.
That issue, sir.
Really?
You cut your PC.
So J-Man, you're telling me. But J-Man don't really even gaming on PC like that. My nigga.
Stop.
So you're telling me you have you have no problems all tapping out of any game and never fucked up your game one time. Like,
first of all, it's 2020. It's Windows key tab, motherfucker.
whatever that is.
It's always used there, Kofi. It's always used. Remember that.
Number two,
no, J-Man, that never happened to you before? I'm actually curious. That never happened to you.
Times when I'm streaming and shit, like I might have a little bit of issues with alt tabbing, taking shit out of frame, and I have to like get it back into full screen and stuff like that.
So alt enter is full screen.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes, you have that, but never has it crashed because I alt tabbed or anything.
Your game
like
never crashed before from alt tab on a free.
To be honest with you, I can count on my hand how many game has crashed for me on PC.
But you don't play on PC.
My experience on PC.
You don't play on PC enough anyway, so your opinion is irrelevant.
I play on PC. You don't Xbox niggas play on Xbox. I don't know what you talking about. I'm switching games way more than you.
When it down, go on Xbox.
Yeah, they ain't playing shit over there.
But no, I'm dead ass.
You playing Fame?
I'm dead ass. Like a question, like, can you cut your PC off and turn it back on and pick back up?
Why would you turn it off? You put it in standby.
Yo, hold on, man.
Go ahead, Ricky.
True.
I'll be honest, man. Like, I started gaming on PC 5 years ago, and
that's like me too, bro.
Yeah, I still suck ass mouse keyboard, but as a feature for like a console, it's a feature I didn't even expect. I didn't expect. But when you look back, you're like, damn, you know, I can fuck with this feature. Like, this is the shit I'm looking for. Like,
I think it's a cool feature.
It's a good feature.
Cool
Point blank.
But PC, we had this shit on PC for years. But as far as it going on consoles, like, imagine, you know, you get off to run with your boys, you get back on to continue your story where you left off at. It's not something that was necessary, but it's definitely a cool feature. But
it's a convenience.
It's a convenience, but is that shit gonna fuck with how our games be looking? Like,
not what Microsoft said. Microsoft says you could actually reset the console. Apparently, it kind of saves like the save data or your exact same point in some cache.
There's a save state that it'll make. Yeah, it'll like my motherboard does that right now. My Asus motherboard, it'll do like a save state. Even if you shut off the PC and you open up Chrome or you open up something else, it'll relaunch exactly where you were before. So as long as it has power, it'll make a save state in your SSD or HDD and then reload once you log back in. So it does it all the time.
Alex, so question then. If that was to happen multiple times, at some point, the PC could get messed up, right?
Not messed up. What happens is when you do that consistently all the time, what'll happen is you'll load the cache, right? And so the cache will then get overloaded. Then you'll have to fully reboot the PC. So if you're running, but that's if you're running like multiple programs. I'm talking about like 10 plus programs at once for something like that to happen. And you're consistently doing that over and over and over and over. Then it'll do that. But like you have to really be abusing your shit consistently to do something like that.
You see,
because if not, the RAM will reset itself.
Okay, so I'm seeing Jay Harvey. Big shout out to Jay Harvey, friend of the podcast. He's saying that you can shut off your PC during the game, like shut it off. Turn it back on and it will resume at that same point, not go back to the main menu screen. Or
you could do that.
You could do
sure.
that. I haven't tried it. So I'm gonna try that today. How do you do that? How do you set up your PC to do something? I never knew that.
There's a few settings that you can do that with Windows, but I've never done that personally.
Does it have to be off SSD?
I've never tried that shit in my life.
Honestly,
so I don't know.
I feel like PCs weren't. Since I feel like when you build your PC, I don't feel like when we build our PCs, we build it for that reason. That's why, like, I do trust it more on a console. If they're building it for shit like that, like to make sure and ensure like our console don't get messed up. But the reason why I asked Alex is because at some point, what if the Xbox does get fucked up by always switching your games and depending on how demanding some games are?
I don't think it'll get fucked up. I think what'll happen is it'll just ask you to reboot the system. It'll so you know how the Switch does that right now. It'll be like, do you want to do an update now and then, or do you want to go in the game first?
I know.
So I think it'll ask you to save your game first and then go back and say do a reboot of. So I think they're doing a really good job of it.
So
I don't think Microsoft will fuck that up.
So I guess it's just a feature I never knew that you probably can do on PC. I have to go and Google and search it up.
I didn't know that, dude.
I didn't know that.
Most motherboards. So most motherboards will have like a small battery on them that'll keep everything in line and powered, even if the power is unplugged. That may be what Jay Harvey's talking about. I'm not sure. He'd have to explain it more. I haven't fucked with that specifically because
I haven't tried it, so I don't know.
To do that, but I like to find out more. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I wonder if how demanding the game is. Does it affect?
Yeah. So I want to know if I'm literally in a GTA, like doesn't matter, Hellblade, GTA. So like I shut off my computer, I turn back on the computer, I click GTA, it will literally pop up where I was in that game. I never knew PC could do that. I'm gonna have to Google and search that today.
Yeah.
See, okay, someone in the chat says, I seen that video. Shout out to Arde. He says Arde has a video of him out tabbing between 3 games. No, we know that you can launch multiple games on the PC. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about shutting your shit off, turning it back on, and them being at the exact same spot where you turned it off. That's what I want to know. I haven't tried that, and I don't know. But I thought that was a cool feature.
Everybody's PC is different anyway, so it's not. I might be able to alt tab within 3 games. You may be only able to do it with 2.
But I heard that people tell me that when you play a game in Windows, borderless, it gives you input lag. I heard that's a fact that Yo, Jack, your shit's back. Yo, Jack, your shit.
What the fuck am I looking at, yo? Yo, what am I looking at, Jack?
Jack, let me see that dick, Jack.
Yo, he got some.
Jack trying to tell us something going on, yo. He trying to tell us something.
Yo, so
today is not the day.
I heard
something.
I heard that like if you play a game in borderless window, that fucks up with your input lag or anything like that. Have you guys heard of anything like this?
I wouldn't. From what I've experienced, I wouldn't say input lag. What I think is it's more resource intensive, is what happens.
Yeah, it seemed like it is. I mean, again, do y'all honestly, when you seen the side by side between State of Decay, y'all really believe that shit? Like,
what, the load times?
Because I played Xbox One X with State of Decay. I don't remember it being that fucking long, yo. That was long.
I don't remember. What do you mean, the load times or
dude? I went to the kitchen, got my smoothie, came back to the kitchen. The bitch was still loaded. I said, dude, that's ridiculous.
Because I think on the the Series X, it was like what 30 seconds or something, or was it less? And then on the Xbox,
the Series X was more like 10 seconds.
What were you guys doing? What are you guys talking about?
The load times. The video about the load times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that State of Decay load time was like on the Xbox One X. That shit was like ridiculous, close to like a minute. Because I remember playing it, and it would take that long. Like there's some games, like look at the new Star Wars game. You ain't gonna tell me that loading shit don't take long.
Yeah, that got some crazy.
Yeah, so yeah,
Anthem had crazy load times too.
Yeah, they also did a tech demo showing off State of Decay on the Xbox One X and the Xbox Series X, and the Series X obviously loaded faster because it's on the SSD. It did it like in 8 seconds, where the Xbox One X did it was like 30 something or something. Like it took a lot longer to get into the game, and that's kind of seems like to be like the narrative going into next generation. Yo, Jack, you good?
The fuck?
My nigga got his PS4 next to his mic.
Yo, Jack, mic check, Jack. Yo, your shit is bugging.
Sound like you in a wind tunnel or some shit. What the fuck going on?
Does he have a bow in the front of his forehead? Jack, yo, what you got going on, G?
Bro, I don't know what's wrong, man. This shit been acting stupid, man.
Yo, whatever camera you got that's near your midsection, remove it, bro. Cover that.
Bro, I don't know. I've been having trouble all day with this fucking computer, man. This is crazy.
That's his OnlyFans camera that he got down there.
Hold on. I have a real serious question, Jack. Just real quick. I don't mean to take us off.
Go ahead.
Sidetrackers. Did you really buy a gaming laptop and not build a PC?
We have tried.
Absolutely.
3MG, you're beating a dead horse at this point.
Beating a dead horse.
I could have helped you, my brother. Don't you try streaming and video editing?
Yeah, man.
We tried to tell him, dog. We tried to tell him.
It be like that, man.
Y'all told him. All right, cool.
Oh, no, we didn't just tell him. We told him about this
be like that,
multiple times.
Yeah.
What you gonna do, dog? What you gonna do?
So what else? What else in Microsoft demo?
The controller.
Okay,
they
so
talked
the
about
controller. The controller has a small iterations to it. Nothing crazy major. The D-pad looks different. The controller is still using batteries, and it's not gonna have an internal battery. Does Microsoft have some sort of partnership with Duracell? That's my question to y'all niggas.
It's honestly not a big
This is
deal.
this is the third generation in a row where they refuse to put an internal battery in it, bro.
Wait. Y'all have at this point, them DualShock 4 controllers, I just got one. Shit dies mad fast now.
That's a fact. But look at this. But look at the. But look at the Switch Pro though. The Switch Pro controller is a great battery and it lasts forever, bro. That shit lasts so long.
That's the best controller this gen. That was hands down. That's the best controller. That shit feels good. It responds well. That shit don't die fast. I love how the placement of the analogs. Everything about that controller is way better than the PS4.
Hey, why you fucking with the batteries like that though? Like, why you like the batteries?
I got both. I got the batteries. I got the plug and play. Like, shit don't matter. They be like, oh, shit pop up.
Oh, so you got the. All right, so pretty much, you bought a controller, then you bought the internal battery separate, so you can have a plug and play.
I got the plug and play. That's about $20. I ain't tripping on $20. It's not a big deal.
So why is Microsoft? Why can't the plug and play just be inside the shit from the beginning?
Push come to shove. I buy my console anyway. I just plug the joker in and I'll pay with it.
Oh my god!
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I got mad.
Listen. It's not a deal breaker, but it's not a deal breaker. But I'm just curious why they're continuing not to, because they clearly know people want this, and they put it in their Elite version 2 controller, so they know that's like a premium feature. So why they not doing that with their next generation controller? I don't get it,
honestly. But look how fast, if they're seeing how fast, like whoever owns a PS4, you know how fast the controller dies, yo. Everything that controller dies so fast. I can't have I have my controller fully charged. One streaming session may even end up 4 or 5 hours. My shit's already on 1 bar and if Xbox sees that, and I can add rechargeable batteries or even Duracell batteries, and I'm not charging my shit for almost a month. Like, dude, there's such a difference. I'll take that.
Let me ask the chat, because I see some people saying that they do like the option. At least you could change the batteries in case it goes to shit. Right? So I'm gonna ask the chat, what do you guys prefer? Internal batteries, or what do you guys prefer, or whatever?
What do you mean by like goes to shit? Like the controller fucks up?
No, but like sometimes the batteries get weak over time. Like, I think that's a fact.
This is my thing.
When does that happen though? That has never happened.
Yeah, this is my thing, right? I've had DualShock 4 controllers break on me, but it's usually like the analog. I've never had a DualShock type of PlayStation controller battery die on me. Like,
does it get weakened over time? Do you notice that you have to charge your shit?
Maybe shit.
You charge your shit like more often, like.
Maybe.
It wouldn't matter because Microsoft sell these motherfuckers controllers every 2. So they buying new controllers anyway. So what would it matter if they put an internal battery in that shit?
When in doubt,
Facts. Yup. You know I'm spitting facts. Y'all buy new controllers.
Most people in the chat say internal right now. I'm seeing a whole bunch of internal instead of batteries.
If they had a better battery chip. If they had a better battery chip in these controllers, like, I don't know, whatever Nintendo is using is not as taxing, and it's just the battery's not dying that fast compared to my DualShock 4. This shit dies so fucking fast. And the worst controller this gen. I'm sorry, I have to admit this.
No, you
Jack. How do you feel about
you
that?
Tripping. You bugging.
You tripping, dog.
Definitely the Xbox One controller.
Whoa. Garbage. I feel like they have their strengths and weaknesses. You know what I mean? Like the DualShock.
I know the Xbox controller got all these dead zones and shit.
The Xbox
dead zone shit is the worst. That makes it so trash that the Xbox. I don't know about the what's the other controller?
I feel for fighting games, the PlayStation controller is really good. For fighting games, the DualShock is much better than the Xbox controllers for fighting games, because that's a better D-pad.
I can't play shooters with an Xbox controller. I feel like there's a delay when I use my analog sticks. Y'all want to help me with that? Dead zone?
Yeah,
there's a delay.
Yeah, take that back. Xbox controller trash. I just hate this shit right here. This shit right here, y'all see? Shit's garbage. It's so fucking trash.
Shit got offset.
Want to see the best controller, Riggy? Right here.
Well, what is that? Let me see.
Ew.
If you don't put that shit down,
right there, bro.
It looks like that's women sat on that.
That's listen, right here. That's where both booty cheeks went, right there.
Man, that controller look like Sam Cassell, dog.
That's a D-pad.
This is a D-pad, my boy.
I still got one of those in the box when they was on sale for like $3.
Like
you need to flip that thing, my guy.
I might ask for the receipt if that becomes like that's a birthday gift. I might ask them to put the receipt in the bag with it.
The gift receipt.
I'm telling you, man.
As soon as you open the gift, like, yo, this came with the gift receipt.
Nah, but see, one thing I like, the console war shit, we play around with it back and forth, right? But that shit breeds like competition because they added that share button to that controller.
What is?
As they should. That was a smart.
Oh, Jack.
Why does it keep doing this?
Yo, fucking Mike, you look like an auntie. Everything is fucking up right now, yo. What's happening?
Yo, Mike, dog. What the fuck? Jack got them auntie elbows, dog. Jack make a mean baked mac and cheese, dog. He got the baked mac and cheese elbows, dog.
Yo, where's press start means when he need him? He needs to clip that shit, dog. Jack, yo, he needs to clip that shit. That's a fun ass angle of Jack right there, bro. Don't kill me, bro.
Why Jack got them collard green elbows, man?
Yo, he got that gout.
But no, man, that share button, that was smart. They added the grips.
Yo, Jack, if you can't get your camera shit, just turn off your camera shit and just use your mic, bro.
Man, fuck this camera shit.
Turn off your camera shit.
Why do you have two cameras?
I got another way. I got.
You're saying you're using your other laptop. That's why, right?
Yeah, I don't use this. I don't use this laptop to do podcasts. Now see why now? God damn, bro, what the fuck is wrong with this, yo? God damn.
Your webcam comes on the laptop, like on the very bottom of the laptop.
Yeah, because they want to make
on the bottom.
Yeah, because the bezel, they want to make the bezel thin, so they put the laptop at the bottom. That shit trash, yo.
That shit built for OnlyFans.
Who the fuck utilize a webcam at the bottom of the goddamn bezel? What kind of angle you gonna get?
This dude bought a concept laptop.
You gonna get the real angle.
Meat.
Hey, yeah, if you ain't pulling your dick out, you don't need that type of angle, man.
But that's the angle you want to have, my man.
I guess so, man. Fuck this. Man.
All right, so are we wrapping up the Series X conversation? Anything else worth talking about that they announced this week? They didn't talk about price.
Is Halo dropping? Is Halo dropping? With
it's still,
the X?
I think it's still scheduled for holiday, unless it got delayed, but it's still scheduled. For holiday.
I think it's still scheduled.
I think it's gonna be 500.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. After seeing all of the specs. What is the price now? Let's get updates. We're gonna keep on asking for updates until these consoles finally come out.
500.
What do you think it's gonna cost? The Series
600.
X?
You ready? You ready for Alex prediction?
Alex, what do you think?
$599 and up.
So 600.
No.
Ricky.
600 is the minimum. I think it'll be like maybe 700 to 800.
Okay, you're
I
capping.
don't think they're going that high.
They're not
going that
They're
high.
not stupid. They're not stupid.
Because
they're not dumb enough to do some shit like that.
You have the other console.
I don't think so.
That's why I think it's gonna be 600.
I think it's going to be
expensive
as
fuck.
fuck.
If the shit is more than 600, expect the PlayStation to be just around the corner then.
I think the PlayStation
because
will be
when you look at the spec, it don't even look too different. So how's the PlayStation going to be $499 and the Xbox going to be $799 or
$699? I think SSD made by Jesus. So I'm going to say how that's going to be $499.
So that's what I'm saying. That's how I know your point is wrong because you know the PlayStation price is going to be relatively close to it.
I don't think so. I think PS5 is going to be $499. I think this is going to be $599 at the minimum. At the minimum. I could see them shooting up higher.
I agree with what Alex is saying.
I think like a special edition. I think a special edition might be like they did with that Scorpion, the Scorpion edition. They might throw that out there in the beginning for people to throw 600, but that's not a business.
Look,
business move.
This is why it's gonna be 500. I mean, 600, right?
All right, let's hear
like
it.
Alex said. They gotta have, if they truly got another console, they have to have wiggle room. The X is already $400. You're not gonna bring out a stronger system than the X and make it under $400, right?
Didn't they just drop it to 200?
They're gonna drop it.
They dropped it to 200.
Yeah, they dropped the Xbox One X. The One X. Yeah, we gotta be more specific because niggas can't just say X no more, bro.
They
We can't just say X no more. We don't even know what. Yeah, the One X. They dropped the One X.
It's a permanent price drop to $200.
No. It was temporary.
But I'm saying the regular price like 400, right?
No, the regular price is like 270 right now, 280. I'm
talking about what is the permanent? What is the actual price of the X?
I don't know.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah,
I could have sworn it was $399.
With a bundle.
On the Microsoft store is $399.
Exactly. So the MSRP usually is $400. They're not finna release a stronger console, being the Xbox Series S. They're gonna have to have wiggle room with the pricing. You're not gonna release that under $400 and then have a system that's way. Huh?
The One X gonna drop.
The One X is gonna drop.
The One X gonna drop.
First of all, they're gonna discontinue it. They're gonna stop making it. Who said they're still gonna produce One X's? They're gonna discontinue.
So they're gonna replace their price point with a system that's stronger than that.
But hold on. Let me make a point.
So 400.
All right.
Exactly 400. Then what that Series X gonna be? You gonna have to make that
$599.
All right, so Ricky, go ahead. Let me hear what you have to say.
So one, right before it was different last gen because we got like 4 different consoles each. So we even had an Xbox. That shit was like 4 gigs and it was meant for like kids to play like they little kid game shits. But right before like mid-year, every time a console gen is about to release, every time like every 6 or whatever years, there's a huge drop in price. I know for a fact that One S and that original Xbox, they're gonna stop producing.
Yeah,
they're gonna probably still they're probably gonna still produce the regular X, but they're probably gonna make it $299.
I don't even think they're gonna. I don't even think they're gonna even produce the X. I think
it's over. It's overlap.
I think I think they're gonna discontinue it. To be honest,
or they
they have to discontinue the X.
It's gonna be too much to produce to sell it.
Either way,
how do you even market that?
No, either way, I think they're gonna either keep the S or the X. One of them is gonna stay, right? But I know for a fact, as a business model, why is Microsoft gonna drop 2 Xbox Series X and Y or some shit at the same on holiday season? They might just
shouldn't.
Drop a certain. They should not.
They
do that.
shouldn't. I was just saying that in the Discord.
It's not about how many they're gonna drop. I think what they're gonna do is they're going to drop the hardcore model, the sex, at that $599.
Do you think they're gonna do what PlayStation did? The PS3?
Yes. I think that's an L,
40, 60?
That's what I think they're gonna do. It's $599.
Here's the reason why. The specs look great to me. Like I think the specs, the features they're adding looks like something that I can feel comfortable with. However, this is not. We're not at that era no more. A lot of people are already open to what Microsoft has brought us, what they have not brought us. So them risking it, bringing out different iterations. What are they promising to come with that? Because look at the naming convention. It's the Series X. Oh no, I spoke to somebody already from Microsoft with that. So the Series X just also confirms that there will be another iteration of an Xbox that will follow up with that gen.
Right. But then what you have is the naming convention of it is the X series. This is the higher end model.
Yeah, and this is where
you still have Lockhart that will be released.
It would be the biggest mistake for Microsoft to talk about Lockhart right now, bro. I'm telling you straight up. I think that's the biggest mistake, bro.
You got a good point, Kofi, because it's gonna be weaker.
It would be the biggest mistake to talk about Lockhart right now.
That'd be the worst.
Think about what they're doing right now. This is called the value proposition, right? They are showing us everything this console can do. They're showing us everything inside this console. They're building you up, so when they release the price of the console, you're gonna be like, that makes sense. And what makes sense is not going to be $499. It's going to be $599 when they release that price.
Good luck. That's all I gotta say. All I gotta say, if Microsoft drops, I don't give a fuck how strong this is or what advantages it has over the thing. This should got to be the same price as the PlayStation. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief.
This is gonna be $399, dog.
Yo, I have a feeling too.
I'm back on the $399 train. Mark Cerny reiterated that the price is gonna be something similar to what his gamers expect and shit like that. I think it's gonna be $399.
Everybody got to get their right now because we got to bring this shit back. Like in a couple of months, we all got to get back together with this. I'm gonna say if Alex is correct, we gotta be like real smart about this. If they're gonna drop 2 Xboxes, Lockhart might meet the price of how much the PS5 might cost. Then
that's
at a cheaper price, but it will be an L if
it's cheaper because you know why? Because it will be cheaper and weaker though. It'll be cheaper.
No, but not only that. No. Not only that, they might then I definitely agree with Kofi. They're gonna cancel production on every Xbox before then.
Yep.
This shit, the PlayStation not gonna be 400, yo.
You don't think so, Jack?
No.
You think it's 400? I think the PS5 will be 4.
I think it'll be $499.
Exactly, bro. 16 gigabytes of whatever DDR6 RAM and fucking the fat.
I think you can kiss the $400 console goodbye.
That shit.
Call me crazy, and I'll make a bet with anybody right now. This is what I'm thinking. Kofi said they might end production, which I kind of felt the same.
I think they're gonna do that, bro. They're gonna end production, right? Old shit.
You know what they're gonna do? If Lockhart is it's a much more cheaper. We're not gonna say weaker. We're gonna say cheaper. It might drop Teraflops, whatever the fuck. You know what it might do? They might meet the price of the X with Lockhart, and then just cancel production on every Xbox, so that anybody who buys an Xbox would just be like, oh well, this is the new one. It'll cater because when I spoke to some dudes from Xbox, they're saying yes, they call it the Series X, but they're also they're shipping the consoles out called the Xbox. So they want to make sure there's only one console. You know what? You're onto something, Alex. Fuck.
And you don't want two consoles with X at the end and with S at the end. So
if anything, what I would think would happen is that the Lockhart would be $399.
I didn't know it was gonna come later. If Microsoft was smart, they would launch it later, bro, and just focus on the series.
Agreed. They would launch it later.
Wait. Think about this, Kofi.
After the holiday, they didn't launch that shit.
No. Think about this, Kofi. Now because it's okay to kind of retract. So look, I'll say this then, because I agree that would be the stupidest marketing move, knowing like everything they've been going through. But if they decide to drop Lockhart at that affordable price range of the X, then I don't understand if people would bitch about that, because then they're like, well, I could just pick up one of the next gen consoles.
And it's gonna be
all I know, if they're gonna go that approach, then the Lockhart has to be cheaper than the PlayStation 5. It can't match the price of the PlayStation 5.
That's facts. I agree.
It has to be cheaper
than
that.
Which personally, I think the
Lockhart
Lockhart.
$100 cheaper.
It has to be cheaper than it.
If I were a betting man, right, $399 for the Lockhart, $499 PS5, $599 and up Xbox Series X.
Yes.
That's my mind where I'm thinking right now.
Sounds good when you don't believe in Mark Cerny, but I do.
The casual market will buy Lockhart, and I'm gonna be honest, that then would be smart if they do that. But I still feel a little bit iffy with them just saying, look, we're gonna drop 2 consoles in one. Like that 2040-60 didn't last that long with PlayStation.
I feel like
releasing 80s.
I feel like if Microsoft wants real competition, I don't know who knows where their head is at, because you know how their strategies to put everything on everything, right? But if they want to compete if they want to compete, they gotta make the price the same for me. I feel like the narrative will be so much better for them. Even though in the end of the day, they're still gonna get bodied by PlayStation, right? But the narrative would be so much better for them if they were, on paper, the strongest console, have full backwards compatibility at launch, same price as the PlayStation, right? Same price at PlayStation. I think that's just a better look for them, instead of all of that kind of goes out the window once you say, yo, we're $100 more. We're $100 more though.
When you look at, right, so these are very two different schools of thought. Right. Okay. This is a very Eastern school of thought and a very Western school of thought. Microsoft is a very Western school of thought with how they're developing their console. They're literally trying to make it as PC as possible.
Yeah, there's
going to be a very small margin.
But people they're looking to buy consoles. They're not looking to buy PCs. That's why you're using this whole PC shit. Niggas are out here to buy consoles. No, people are interested in the PlayStation. Xbox One, the console.
Wait. Let me finish. There are people that we know, you and I know, that will say, if an Xbox cost $1,000 and I didn't have to play on PC, I would buy the $1,000 Xbox. We know those people personally.
Can I add on to Alex's point to something? Because if you really sit back and think, like, it doesn't sound as risky if we think about this. They just announced a memory card, right? A brand made own kind of partnership memory card that we would have to go through them, right? If they decide to drop the Lockhart and say it's a little bit weaker in terms of teraflops or whatever else, and say, for example, it's a lesser hard drive, then that memory card then caters to those people. Then you start thinking about it, they still then will probably generate sales. And to be honest, as crazy as it sounds, if they then knock out the other Xboxes but they're meeting that price range, that's really smart of them to do, because then it's like, we know we're going to get the Series X. We know we're going to get the more superior console, but those who were still looking to get those last gen consoles, they're going to end up picking up Lockhart thinking like, oh shit, I'm up to date now. Because it's not like it's not like 2009, I think, or 2006, excuse me, when the PS3 came out, and they came out with 3 versions of it that were super overpriced. 20 gigs for 600 for 20 gigs. And now if they can meet that price range, because by the time November comes, we treating this like PC, right? Then that hardware is practically outdated if we thinking about it.
Let me ask you this. So we know how right now Microsoft is with the SAD, right? They're trying to like test out like diskless console. Any chance you see Lockhart being that diskless?
Oh shit, that's another thing. I didn't even think of that. Then that means the price will be.
I feel like you think the market is ready right now for them to introduce a proper diskless console? What do you guys think? You think people will be more accepting of that now?
We play PC, bro. We play PC.
I guess maybe back then people weren't really accepting that. Maybe in 2020 people will accept it. I don't know. I'm actually
take us out of like the content creator lane. Let's talk about us as consumers. Like now that we know everything.
Me, I want a disc. I want a disc. Me, that's me.
I love the discs, but there's times where I'm just like, I game share. So I'm like, I don't really focus on just buying a disc no more.
Right.
Man, you can hit with the whole diametric thing. If you want, a disc drive and a powerful console, we got a console for you. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you want this, we got a console for you. Go pay.
but Fame, this is everyone's saying the Lockhart. It's supposed to be this entry level for the masses, right? And the series is supposed to be for everybody. So wouldn't you think putting a disc in the entry level would be the smartest thing to do?
Yeah, but the thing is that like a disc drive isn't really that expensive. It's like $20 fucking bucks.
All right, so it has. I'm just saying they should include it. That's what I'm saying.
Wasn't the rumor that it wasn't supposed to have a disc drive?
I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's kind of an L in itself.
Is that the sad was testing the market
for the Lockhart.
Yes.
I can see it.
No, that sounds
really
like an
well
L
during Black Friday.
It did.
Hold on, we not acting like Xbox.
Okay, but then what? Okay, don't put a disc, but then sell $150. You're fine.
I don't know, man. I feel like you have the option for the disc.
Yeah, of course they don't.
Yeah, exactly. You get the Lockhart. You don't put a disc in there, a disc drive. You put an SSD in there.
Yeah,
and then you sell another $150 SSD on top of it.
Is that credible? Can y'all look down here on the combo? Like, is that credible at all? Because then, at least, because I'm thinking, what's the most expensive part other than like the GPU? Is it like the teraflops that's expensive on the Xbox?
I don't know. Well, the whole Lockhart, I'm not sure about those.
What's more expensive is the actual SoC, which is the system on a chip. So, I mean, honestly, I don't really know what kind of teraflop count it'll have. I think teraflops are really bullshit to figure out what's going on.
I think they would want everybody to have that same experience. And if they were to take a risk at dropping it and removing a hard drive, not a hard drive, excuse me, a CD drive, a disk drive, I would then say they would have to take that risk and do a $200 price cut. Because this list, because I'll
make it $300.
You said, Alex, it's $25 to fucking add a disk drive. Yep. But to the masses, that's like a huge loss. Nobody cares that it's 25. We're looking at it like, yo, that's a console with no disc. Fuck out of here. Like, so if you drop the price at a much more affordable price compared to PS5, people are gonna look at it like, you know what?
I think it all depends what price range you want the Lockhart to be. Personally, like if they're like, we want this to be that equivalent, like we want the Series X to be this high end fucking right. Like this is gonna be the thing that you fucking the hardcore gamers want to have. $599. Here's a Lockhart that we want regular gamers to play. $399. They're gonna have a good experience, good time. They're not gonna be up here, but they're gonna be here where everybody would be like a natural progression for an upgrade for the next generation. Then that would make sense. Like this rumor of 4 teraflops, then that changes the whole dynamic, right? If you're talking about like a much weaker console than the One X, what's the point of it? I'll just buy a 1X.
But you can't remember. We can't go by that little 4 teraflops.
But we're looking at
because it's different architecture, right? That's what they said, right?
PS4 Pro got 4 teraflops,
right? So this is all like a rumor, kind of.
Yeah, it's all rumors. We don't know.
So if we were to just base it off rumor, right, it wouldn't make a lot of sense. That 4 teraflop rumor doesn't, to me personally, doesn't hold water. If you're talking about a 12 teraflop,
that does make sense though. That does make sense.
All we have to know.
Why, Jack? Why does it make sense, Jack?
It makes sense because first of all, they try and quote unquote get rid of generations. But if you can incrementally make your weaker system stronger, that'll help with like backwards compatibility and all that shit.
True. So yeah, I can see what you're saying. At the end
of the day, Microsoft gotta wait 6 months to a year before they drop this console.
Yeah, I don't think they talk about it now. Like, I don't think they talk about it.
They have to wait 6 months to a year before they drop it.
Also, they just gotta make sure that this is at least meeting much more expectations than the X. It got to be much powerful than the X, but it's gonna still meet that price range. And to be honest, as long it's gonna have every feature. Now, if they go super technical, then I'm gonna just say, listen, I'm going with the more superior. Like, I don't got time for this. Like, if, for example, if you can't switch between 5 games and only could do it between 3, and they got all this loading time is much different. Like, once it gets very PC, then that's where I'm gonna just say, damn, that's not gonna really cater to just casual. That's technical.
I could be completely wrong, right? But look at the fact that what they're trying to do with xCloud, right? If they say, all right, here's the Lockhart, it's the weaker console, 300, whatever the case may be, it's diskless, but plug into the internet and you can stream your games at the same, resolution, whatever the case may be, as you can the X. Streaming may be a factor when it's on the console next gen. We don't know. It's a speculation.
Yeah,
they need. I'll just end my statement with they need to make sure that if Lockhart is another console, it needs to be super casual friendly, like just to anyone. It gotta be to where anybody who goes into the store, they know what they're getting. Because I'm looking for the most superior console. I understand, at least I don't know teraflops like that, but I understand all the technicalities and everything that's going into the new Xbox and the new PlayStation 5. But this lesser version of it needs to be needs to be just super casual friendly, like consumer, extremely consumer friendly.
Like Becky Sue walking GameStop, she needs to know that this is the new console, and you go get it for little Johnny. Like
exactly,
everybody needs to know.
If Microsoft is smart, like I said, they'll put the Series X the same price as the PlayStation 5. If they smart, that's what I think they.
That would be the ideal.
That's they smart. Like, okay, now you're trying to play ball and compete, but if they know that, like, yeah, we're gonna get washed anyway, so let's just make as much money off the little fan base that we have already, then do whatever.
But that is also the scenario too, because the way I see the Xbox Series X, I'm looking at it as like an enthusiast console. I'm looking at it.
I think
as
it is. I think
I'm looking at it as like this is a console for like solid rev.
Bro, even the PlayStation 4 Pro, like compared to the base model, like the base model sells more than the Pro. Like, you know what I mean? So
correct. So I think the Series X is like, this is for the people in Xbox who want that PC experience without getting a PC. So that's why I think it's going to be
hard.
expensive.
We're going to switch over to PlayStation just now, but I think it's just going to be really hard to convince, especially the way PlayStation is going to be marketing the PlayStation 5. And even though we're looking at the spec sheets and it don't, for the regular person like myself, it don't look like the Series X is incredibly leagues above the PlayStation 5. So if you've already been gaming on PlayStation 5 and you're going to tell me this console is going to be 100 and maybe more than the PS5, then the smartest choice is to pick up a PlayStation 5, bro.
I think that's why.
That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in my brain because the PlayStation 5 would just be it would be a no-brainer if they make this shit too expensive. You feel me? Because the spec sheet, if you look at for a normal person to look at the spec sheet, like I was saying, it doesn't look like they're vastly different. You feel me?
This is why I went to the homie Trump and said, "Hey, we need about 1,200 a piece." And then if you got them other little Negroes, you're gonna need about extra 500 a piece. And you're gonna get both of them.
We on deck.
I got it.
Is that
Hold
per person
on.
or per household?
Y'all buying both of them. Everybody.
Hell no.
Jack?
Both of them.
No.
Yo, y'all all content creators. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all all buying both, right?
I'm never gonna lie to myself, bro. I want both, bro. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I want both, bro.
I've got a 2070 Super. Kofi's got a 2080 Ti.
Yup.
I'm not buying 6 Xboxes a year though.
No, I don't.
That's Series X though.
Hey, that's actually a lie. Don't compare me no Kid Smooth. I usually keep one console. The only time I upgrade and get a new one is when you have a better version.
Every Xbox game comes to PC, so I don't gotta buy shit.
Nah, Ricky got.
I think I might
as a content creator though.
I bet anything Kofi have a Series X day one.
I said I'm gonna cop it. Yo, I've had only 3 Xboxes, and that's the OG one that launched my launch one, the S, and the X. I don't count this one that I got because it was always a plan for me to take it back. I got my money back. It was always a plan for me to take it back.
My original Xbox is on my foot right now as a footrest. My X.
And I've only had 3.
Disrespectful as now.
I'm sorry, man. It's just the original Xbox is like a big ass fucking VCR
monitor stand.
To be honest, I've had 3. I had 3 PlayStations, 3 Xboxes at one point, and 3 Switches. I've been a 3-man, yo.
Jesus.
Yeah, 3 Switches.
Damn.
Yo, y'all want to know something crazy? This is probably the wackest gen we've had. What's
Agreed.
When you look at what's the game that you think of that held this gen down?
PlayStation. PlayStation had the best games this generation.
When you look back at it, everybody's gonna remember Fortnite. Nobody's gonna remember God. I love God.
I never.
But last year was Call of Duty though, and that shit.
I didn't even put 5 hours in Fortnite, bro.
No, but think about it. When you look back at it, this generation has been held down by indies and Fortnite.
Nah, but that's through. It depends whose eyes is that through though. Through my eyes, it's not that. My favorite game this generation is Persona 5.
No. When I meant like majority, like when we think about the majority, like yo, we can't really. Like,
you talking about
Zero Dawn and all these games,
dummies.
Fortnite, I ain't gonna lie, yo, Fortnite kind of like people just gonna remember. We think about games that impact the generation. Fortnite impacted the fuck out the generation.
Yeah, just like Call of Duty did last generation.
Call of Duty was fucking last generation up, yo. That shit. Yep. All I remember was Call of Duty. I forgot about my favorite games, yo. And it's sad, yo. Indie, we need more of these indies though. Like that shit really held us down this gen. When shit was dry, indies came through, man.
Yo, Jamie, let's move on and let's talk about the the PlayStation 5 GDC. Let's break that down. Talk about that, then probably wrap up after that.
All right, so we could I'm gonna go over the specs then, and then we could talk about
same thing like we did.
Cerny shit. All right, so for the CPU, we got the 8 Zen 2 cores at 3.5 gigahertz. The GPU 10.28 teraflops, 36 CUs at 2.2 gigahertz. The GPU architecture custom RDNA2. Memory interface 16 gigabytes GDDR6 at 256 bits. The memory bandwidth, 448 gigabytes. Oh, and before I continue, the CPU and the GPU are variable frequencies.
Okay, so let's stop here real quick. Okay. So what does this mean that, because I saw people on the Twitter timeline, and once again, I'm not no tech expert, but people are saying because it's variable that that 10 teraflop number that Jamie is about to say is the PlayStation 5 at its peak. But it's usually going to be lower than that. That's what that means. Where the Xbox is constantly always at peak performance. That's from what I understand. But that's it.
Same. I think Cerny had said that majority of the time though it will be at that peak number.
Okay.
I don't fucking know.
Who knows? Okay.
I don't like word. I don't like wordplay like that. Majority of the time, or
who knows? At this point,
I need consistency, dude. We need consistency with these consoles. Fucking last gen, we started off with 980p, 760p, 497p. Like, I need consistency with their statements.
So the CPU is clocked lower than the Series X, right?
Yes,
correct.
Same CPU.
The Series X is 3.
Huh? So the PS5 CPU is using clock.
Okay. Let me switch the server real quick because this cutting shit is starting to become. Discord is bugging
You're
out.
good.
You know why? Because everyone's home from the ting, dog. So everything is
the ting.
You know what I mean? Hold on, let me try this. Oh shit, I might have fucked up everything. Hold up. All right, we good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What the hell you just did?
I changed the server.
So the PS5's SoC and the CPU and GPU are using what's called a variable boost clock.
Okay, Alex.
Which means that it can reach up to those speeds. It doesn't mean those speeds are consistent. The Xbox Series X, those speeds are consistent across the board. And I think that's the big difference. A lot of consoles classically will have a boost variable speed. So they can use that speed depending on what's going on. But then that also impacts heat dissipation, and also fan noise depending on what's going on.
So you think they went that route because of the issues they were having with the PS4?
I think so, yes.
It was sounding like a plane ready to take off.
Yes. And also I think too, if you're looking at these two different consoles, right, we're going to be like, oh, they look really similar. Well, honestly, the thought process between both of them, the PS5 thought process of what they're doing, I think, is a very Eastern philosophy. It's a classic console revision. It's going to have more power, but they're focusing on very specific things they want to work on, like the SSD, which you're going to get into.
Yeah.
When you're looking at the Xbox Series X, it's very Western philosophy. Fucking more power, more shit. Throw that fucking shit on there. Get that shit on there, and then move forward. I think that's where we're going to see a lot of differences come through.
Crazy enough, I understand what you're talking about. I agree. I get exactly.
Now you wrote that down nice. I got to give you credit for that.
I get exactly what you're talking, and I think add to that, with the power source, what you just talked about with Sony and Microsoft. I don't know if going that route, because Microsoft, you noticed with last gen, ever since that Xbox One was just poorly viewed and everybody just was not fucking with it. You seen how they would just after that, the next one after that, the next one after that, just try to power on. I was not happy with how PlayStation went about it because the Slim is probably the best PlayStation console within this gen. The Pro is the worst, in my opinion. That shit sounds like a fucking jet, and it overheats. The hard drive in there is trash. But I don't know. PlayStation for me, it sucks with software, where Microsoft thrives in software. So I don't know performance wise if PlayStation can hold up without like having any noise or anything, because their UI was laggy. I know I'm kind of changing lanes a little bit, but just I'm thinking about everything we've experienced with PlayStation, dude. Like I may be primary PlayStation, but I love everything Microsoft did on the software side. It was smooth UI, everything, layout, overlay. But PlayStation, that's really what I'm worried about going into this console.
God, the PS4 UI was terrible, isn't it?
I like it.
I liked it. I think it's.
I like it. I like it, But you know how I recently, like I said, I recently got an X and I took it back. The UI for the updated one is actually much better. You know, Microsoft likes to change their UI every so often. They do another one.
Yeah.
The latest one is actually pretty good. They need to keep that shit. The latest
Don't
one's
the
actually
newest
pretty good.
UI look like the PS4 UI a little bit? Or no?
Nah, but it's you know what? My issue with Microsoft's user interface in previous iterations of it, it was just
Too many ads.
It was just too busy. No, it was just busy.
It was very busy.
It was very, very busy. This one, they kind of cut a lot of the bullshit out, and they made it a lot more easier on the eyes. So that's why I like the latest one that they're doing. But
I like PlayStation. I just hate how you guys never experienced lag going through like different menus. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what?
That's my
absolutely.
problem.
You know what? I have more like when it comes to the PlayStation, like the only time where this shit's be bugging out the most is when I'm on PSN, like the store itself. Like that
The
should
store,
be
yeah.
the store is trash. It's slow as hell.
Fam,
Bro.
they can't get the store right for shit.
Yeah,
PS.
what is it with that audio
Worse.
or so like that?
It's not
The
even like
store's
it's
that.
just slow. The store is
Slow
just
as hell.
it's just slow. So hopefully with next generation, there's two things that need to be improved. The PlayStation Network store needs to be faster. Like just the storefront needs to be faster on that side, and it needs to download games faster. Both of these next generation consoles need to have better whatever Wi-Fi cards or whatever internet cards, whatever to be in the box that lets you download games faster, because that's like my issue with consoles as well. You know what I mean? Because you be trying to download a digital game and that should be taking too long, bro. I wish
Yeah, I know PS4
they improve on the
capture.
speeds, bro, for that shit. For next generation. That would be a good big game changer for me personally, bro. Because that's one thing I love about PC game. When I hook up my Ethernet to this shit, I have full access to my speed. I download games incredibly fast unless it's from the Microsoft store, to be honest.
Yo, it downloads. When I had 1 gig, that shit was capping at like 240. Meanwhile, Microsoft, my shit was at like 960 download speed. I was like, damn, this shit sucked.
Yeah. So back to the spec sheet. You just go over that shit and just read it.
Internal storage, they have a custom 825 gigabyte SSD.
All right, let's stop right here again. What? Yo, yeah, that's during the little presentation that Mark Cindy was doing. Like that number, like I was like, okay, like what's up with the 825? Like it's just a random number. Maybe this is what's pointing to this $399 price.
You know what no. You know what I think? You know when you buy a 1 terabyte hard drive, like when I bought my 1 terabyte my PS4 Pro, you look at how much memory was left.
Yeah, it's not really 1 terabyte.
I think, but why show that shit?
I don't think that's what this is, bro.
I think that might be even lower. I think it might be even lower.
I think it's gonna be lower with the OS.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck no! I don't think like that. That should
because I think I didn't watch the whole video from Mark Cerny, but I feel like he talked about like them picking that number and it being a weird number, and that it was a reason behind it. But
Jack, what were you saying?
I mean, like I said, it's either what Ricky said or they got a method to their madness. I don't know.
I don't agree with that shit.
Are they trying to cut, things a little short to make things a little bit cheaper? What do you think?
I mean, if they want people to buy it, they would be doing that. I mean, I would rather have a terabyte or more. I would prefer like 2 terabytes. I think that's a sweet spot, 2 terabytes. But most consumers are not willing to pay for 2 terabytes in their goddamn system. So
yeah,
to be honest, I thought it was like 170 something gigs perhaps being used for like everything. For UI and everything, and then because that's kind of ridiculous.
I don't think they would kind of they would take that out though for a presentation. They should still say it's a terabyte, right? They wouldn't take that out.
Yeah, because it's technically a terabyte, even though you're not getting a full terabyte.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a good point though. Because this is a presentation for developers.
So
okay, go ahead. For the Pro, we're not getting a terabyte for the Pro. When it says 1 terabyte, when you open it
up,
you
look at like 800 or something. Yeah, it's like 870. Yeah,
870. So that means this 825 number is likely lower then.
No, don't do that.
It's either lower or it's the actual just number that you can
probably the actual number after you get like the OS and everything else on there.
Okay, if that's
that would
case,
make sense since this was a conference for the developers.
Okay,
like,
if that's
so
the case, then that's good. Then that's
with.
okay I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that if that's the case. You know what I mean? If they're just being realistic with that shit. So
that raises another issue I have.
But I guess we gotta wait and see to confirm that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Jamie? What else?
I guess the IO throughput for the SSD would be 5.5 gigabytes.
It's a bigger IO throughput than the Xbox Series X, by the way.
Yes. 5.5 gigabytes raw, and then the typical is 8 through 9 gigabytes compressed. Mark certainly went deep into this shit.
So this is supposed to be the big thing with the PlayStation 5, right? Because they spent a lot of time talking about the SSD. So this is supposed to be the big game changer that Sony's bringing up to the table. That people are all over Twitter saying that this shit's innovative.
That could change game design.
Change game design. Jason Schreier. We got developers saying like, "Oh my god, this is like gonna be the revolutionary thing." So I'm really curious to see how this shit turns out and what comes out of it. You know what I mean?
One thing I took from what he was saying was that like traditional and older games had to create like levels that had like corridors and windy roads because they had to load things in before you got there. And with this speed, it would be able to run faster so that now they can create games with more like direct vision. So that when you turn around,
so you're gonna see pop-in and all this shit.
Yeah, so when you turn around, you can see directly what they want you to see without hiding it behind other shit.
Yeah, Uncharted did that.
Like bigger games and shit like that.
So this
Uncharted
is where
4 did that.
All right, so this is where like the PlayStation 5 kind of is like superior than the Xbox Series X with this technology that it has inside with their custom SSD, right? And what they're going to be doing with it. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
But likely this kind of stuff you're not going to see on like the third party games because they have to create for the common denominator.
See,
so
that was my question.
The exclusives are going to take advantage of stuff like this.
See, that was my question about the whole thing. Like, people are saying, like, it's going to change the way games are being made. But, like, is that really realistic? Because, you know, the Xbox is still out. You still got to make games for PC. You still got to make games for the Xbox, the third-party games, right? So, we're probably going to see, obviously, the best from the PlayStation 5 with the first party. Like, that's pretty, you know, we're going to see the best.
We won't see that. We won't see changes like that with third-party. Probably, like, think about it. When did we really get Xbox One and PS4 games? Probably, like, 3 years after. We was getting all these PS3 games enhanced and shit for the first couple of years. We're not going to see third party take advantage of this software. Probably not even the first party just yet take advantage of this feature. Probably until like another year or so. But remember Uncharted 4 had that. Remember it had like no actual like loading. It was going straight from the cutscene into the game. So basically all the world was loading in within right behind the actual cutscene, and then it'll just load you right in, which was good. That was a good way to kind of hide it. But all that shit sounds good. Y'all remember why he put Dead Space's image on that bitch?
I got that far, dog.
Yo, bro, I got excited when they started doing that type of shit because you already know there was a lot of rumors. We're gonna get to that. I'm talking about the backwards compatibility. There's a lot of rumors, and not only from Hip Hop Gamer. So please do not say, "Oh, Hip Hop Gamer, you're listening to Hip Hop Gamer."
Yo, that's the homie, but he was wrong.
No, but there's other people saying that too. I remember Sony made a patent about some legacy shit too,
about
right?
the legacy stuff.
Yeah, so
but they also talked about legacy in this and
legacy mode.
Yeah, but I've watched that little portion of when he's talking about backwards compatibility at least 10 times, trying to figure out what he's saying. Like, it's still like super unclear and from what I got of it, he didn't mention anything about PS1, PS2, or PS3. What he said is
PS4.
No, he's saying that like, oh, there's two different types of backwards compatibility. One is actually putting the hardware of the old system into the new box. Yeah. That's what I remember him saying about it. And he said that way is expensive. That's what I remember him saying in that conference. Yeah. So so they never really talked about like, you know, PS1, PS2, and that type of shit. But he did mention PS4 backwards compatibility, and we're gonna get to that. But I just want J-Min to finish up this.
Here's my thing.
Finish it up, and we'll talk about that later.
There have been really great strides in PS1, PS2, and even PS3 emulation. The PS5 seems to be a very capable console. There is no reason that emulation of the previous consoles cannot be done in the PS5.
I agree.
Let him finish. Let him finish the spec.
Sorry, I had to get that out there because that was bothering me a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna break that down.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Just got the expandable storage for this. Is through, like we said, the NVMe SSD slot, so it'll take advantage of. They said to hold off on buying any storage like around the time that the PS5 come out, any expandable storage, because you want to wait for them to launch their compatibility list, because they say in the PS5's SSD is like leagues above anything that the PC has right now.
Wait, a compatibility list?
Yes, compatibility.
That sounds like a PC thing. Yeah, it sounds like a PC thing.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Right, yeah, so
that sounds like you gotta check your shit on the website.
I think we gotta be a little bit more clear, just in case if people who end up watching don't know. So the PlayStation 5 will not have a proprietary. I can never say the word properly.
Proprietary.
Yeah, it will never have one of those SSDs. You know, I mean,
say the word.
No,
there's a certain list of ones you can use.
I'll put it like this, Kofi. If you guys have a hard drive right now and you can put an external hard drive on your PS4, that's fine. In this case, the way they're designing their console, you just can't put any kind of hard drive because if it's meant to work faster with certain SSDs, they're gonna only suggest and put the compatibility list.
You're gonna have the same
exactly.
speed.
Exactly.
And if you put something else in that, you're gonna go through issues.
Exactly.
So which devs are actually going to use this type of SSD?
Yes,
that's my question.
So all I'm trying to say is, the PS5, the PS5 is gonna allow off the shelves SSDs. That's all I wanted to say. Get that out there.
Which is great.
We also get this out the way.
But it has to be Sony certified. It has to be Sony certified. Yeah, that's what they said.
We got to make this very clear. All these features that we're talking about, even from Microsoft and from Sony, like for example, Sony got all these features down packed that seem like we're gonna have like a much more faster engagement getting into games. That's all for first party. If third party don't work like that, if EA doesn't work like that, EA don't work like that. We might still encounter long loading times with their games, but as far as like Last of Us, Gran Turismo, God of War, they know to be on par.
Well, Ricky, I wouldn't even say so. Think about it like this, right? Mark Cerny was talking about this, and this was like what really like sort of tickled my pickle, if you will, when they were talking about how you're in a level, right, and you would load the whole level first, and then you would go in and get through those points, right? With the SSD speed and the IO throughput, you could then just load the level as you're turning in the game.
Yeah, directly. Yep, seamlessly.
Other stuff, like saving a lot of background processes that would normally be there. So you could then make a better looking game with a lower teraflop count because the fact of how you're running that SSD and that IO throughput, which I think is really cool. The question is, like you said before, who's going to really do that? It's going to be Sony first party, like Fame said.
I mean,
you're going to see that.
I think Ready at Dawn, a dev there said that he was excited about that. They're not first party, but
I mean, it depends on how lazy the fucking devs is. It's up to them.
You know what this reminds me of? The fucking cell processor in the PS3.
Yeah, you got to
first party took advantage of it, but you know what I mean? Everybody was like, I ain't fucking with that.
They also said this SSD that they got, the way that it works is like a lot of shit they had to worry about, like at the end of development. The fact that this one is so fast, like they already be able to figure it out like at the beginning, so they ain't really gonna have to. They say it's going. Alex will be happy about this. It's gonna limit some of the crunch they have to do at the end of the damn. Not as much crunch. I like that. Right.
The learning process will be shorter than even.
Hey, Nintendo games don't have crunch. Isn't that weird? But they make banger ass games.
Yeah, you chop fucking fruit trees down and.
Yeah, they make Etch a Sketch games.
So what are the top most rated games on Metacritic? Nintendo games.
Yeah, and PlayStation. Persona 5 is on there. It got a 96 or something.
96.
Last of Us is on there.
95.
God of War is on there.
God of War is on there. Yeah. So don't.
I'll put a point.
Yeah, you better roll back. You better roll back on that.
I want to piggyback over just Alex's point real quick. So you know what's crazy? We're saying what devs are gonna jump onto this who's like third party, right? Which is funny because when I spoke to a bunch of devs within the last like 6 months, one thing they're hoping for was consoles reaching that level of level of specs to where when they're porting games between console and PC, they don't have to do so many changes. So this might actually be a positive that these games don't have these loading times, like you said, and just immediately load in. Because then when porting it from console to PC, because PC they're already ahead of its time, so they could do that, but we have to compensate for the lack of power on the console. So when they're doing these loading issues and shit, they got to kind of make way.
Think of it like this too, Ricky. Like one sec, fam. Like when you get these consoles out, there's more competition in the space. So PC part prices get cheaper, ports get better, everybody has a better gaming experience, and a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yep.
So everybody has a better experience all around. And it happens every single time. Go ahead, fam.
No, I'm just wondering how fast God of War gonna load on PC when it comes.
Yo, Horizon Zero Dawn coming on PC, right?
Yes.
That's day one. I'm buying it again.
Yo, I started the train with Corey Barlog like some months ago when I brought that up, bro. And he was like, "It's above my pay grade, but I want it to happen. It's coming, B."
He responded to you with that?
Yeah,
I think that's where it came from.
You don't think they want that? You don't think they want these games to come?
Yo, they want to make as much money as they can, and they will port every game.
Yo, Jack, you got beef with the PlayStation games coming to PC. Look no further than this dude Fame right here, dog.
Jack, you got to be happy about that.
You know what
I mean? Make that road trip, dog.
All right, let me read the super chats, then we'll move on to the backwards compatibility top, and we'll wrap up with just our last thoughts on the whole GDC thing. This one is from Dat V guy. He says, "Don't forget about the power of the cloud. We haven't forgotten."
Boy, I swear.
I haven't heard about the cloud.
This one is from Jay Harvey. He says, "Shout out to Kofi getting Drone Crusher on the podcast."
Who that?
Hey, yo.
Stupid. I'm done. Drone crushing.
Hey, there go that tweet in the chat. Kick that off. It's coming, baby.
How long ago was this?
The Raven Flow. What happened?
Yeah. Nah, this was late last year, though.
Last year. Okay. The Raven Flow says GameStop needs to stop refusing to close over the Ting virus. I saw people getting mad about this thing. About like, shit, my ass is going to work, so I'm not really feeling too bad, to be honest.
They ain't no essential store though. I mean, close that shit down.
Video games are essential to my. You know what I mean?
We got the digital market. We be alright.
Yo, the way Amazon is moving, you guys better hope that they stay open. To be honest, the way Amazon is moving, because I heard everything. I heard everything is getting delayed. I heard everything's like getting delayed.
What Amazon needs to do, right? What's going to happen is we're all going to shelter ourselves in bunkers, okay? And then we're going to need 1 or 2 porters to start connecting all of the bunkers together with a tether, and then to reconnect the United States so that we can all be connected, and then stop the invisible monster that's attacking all of us by joining up together.
That's how the Rona started.
What are you, world peace?
You ever play Death Stranding?
Hashtag the world. The world. What's the hashtag for Death Stranding? Tomorrow something.
Is that game
Tomorrow's
good?
in your hands.
Tomorrow's in your hands. Yeah,
is that game good? Be honest, yo.
Yes, it's really.
It's all right.
It's really good.
It's good. It's good.
Don't
It's
be
good.
so
Like Ricky, you need to Ricky. If you can smoke a bowl before you play that game, I highly suggest it. I highly recommend it.
Y'all heard about Konami and Kojima and PlayStation, right?
Yeah, that shit sounds too good to be true though.
It's too good to be true. But I think you should really spark one up and then put on Death Stranding and then just like a good pair of headphones.
I'm trying to insinuate that I smoke, man. That's crazy. Incriminating.
Listen, I've insinuated myself a couple times here, but being under the guise of Mother Earth, as I like to say, and then putting on a good pair of headphones and playing that game, 10 out of 10.
Well, Ricky, you might be smoking something buying that Knicks hat. I tell you that much.
Oh man.
Hey, but your team got the virus.
hey, it's a sensitive time. I be nice.
Nobody knows anybody on my team anyway. We look like AI players.
All right, yo, let's talk about the big shit that even your boy went viral over this. I never try to go viral for real, like not like that. But sometimes it just be happening. That shit fucking blew up. All right, so during this whole GDC presentation, people were waiting to hear something along the lines that, PlayStation was going to be playing your old games. Like I said, prior to this, there's rumors surfacing around that, the PlayStation 5 will be able to play older PlayStation titles. And a lot of people are getting excited for this. Despite all the people you see on the Twitter say no one wants to play old games, people wanted this feature, because I could bet you anything, if they announce this feature, a whole bunch of people would be hyping it right now, because it's just a natural thing. People shit on things that they don't got, so it is what it is. Look at Nintendo, man. Nintendo shit on things. As soon as they get a feature like the share button, this, that, they love it. You know what I mean? They shit on achievements. If they got achievements right now, they'll love it. That's how it be like. You know what I mean? So people just shit on things that they do not have. And that's what the PlayStation guys are doing with the backwards compatibility thing. Since it's not across the board, they're like, oh, who cares about this? So some of them are actually, or a whole lot of them, according to my mentions yesterday, cared about, the PlayStation 5 having backwards compatibility. So we didn't hear from PS1, 2, and 3. Okay, that was a dream. Maybe it didn't come true. Maybe they'll do something about it later. Okay. But what had a lot of people scratching their head was the backwards compatibility with PlayStation 4. We all expected that all our games are going to work across on next generation consoles because they're using the exact same architecture. The Series X and the PS4. I think it was prior to all of this, we were like, okay, it's a no-brainer. You should be able to pop in your CD. That shit's going to work. But apparently, that's not going to be the case.
It's not.
That's not going to be the case.
Where?
So if you look
on
at
the PlayStation, on the PlayStation.
Okay. I want to make sure we on the same page. That's all.
Yeah. So the PlayStation blog came out and they could have cleared up the air after the whole shit blew up on the internet. They could have cleared up the air, but they kind of regurgitated the same thing that they said on stage.
They actually made it worse, if you ask me.
And people were confused. You can't blame niggas were confused. All right, so let's pull up the blog. J-Man, do you have it?
I got you right here.
All right,
yeah, I got it right here.
Read it.
So yeah, this is a PlayStation blog.
This is from dumb. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Says, lastly, we're excited to confirm that the backwards compatibility features are working well. We recently took a look at the top 100 PS4 titles as ranked by playtime, and we're expecting almost all of them to be playable at launch on PS5.
Pull it back.
We recently took a look at the top 100 PS4 titles as ranked by playtime, and we're expecting almost all of them to be playable.
Almost.
So not even 100.
Almost
so
all of them.
Expecting almost 100.
They're expecting almost 100 of them to be playable at launch.
So my question though, because I'm gonna continue reading, and then I want to ask my question though.
Okay.
With more than 4,000 games published on PS4, we will continue the testing process and expand backwards compatibility coverage over time. With that statement, do y'all take the almost all of them to be playable at launch as almost the 100 or almost 4,000?
Well,
almost the 100.
I think it's the almost. It sounds like the. No, I think people are kind of reaching. That's why they need to come out and be extra clear with this shit.
I'm hearing conflicting things about that.
But the thing,
bro.
But Jack, Jack, when you look at the post of the blog post, what do you think?
That it's like he's talking about almost a 100.
Yeah, it sounds like almost 100.
But I'm hearing conflicting things about that 100 though.
Okay, so what are you hearing? Let me hear.
Here's the problem with this whole post. It needs to be the PS5 is fully backwards compatible.
Dog,
with the
it's
PS4,
plain. That's what I'm saying. That's what
I was gonna say about Alex's point. This is where there's a fucking shit show with this. Doesn't even matter if they're saying the 4,000 or the 100. The simple fact that these guys are making new hardware and they didn't make it to where it's backwards compatible friendly with their last console is an issue. There shouldn't be we need a check to make sure that there's 100 games or we almost got 100 games. The shit with PS4 should be 1,000% backwards compatible. Well, then when we get to PS3 and 2 and 1, they're gonna try to do their fixes. With the Xbox Series X, they kind of did the same thing.
I know I'm not retarded. I can read this shit, but that's what they said. Almost.
So read that again. Read that again,
J-Man. Read it. We're gonna read this shit 10 times to figure it out. Read it from the top and slow it down. Slow it down too.
All right, I got you.
Read it from the top.
So here we go. Lastly, we're excited to confirm that the backwards compatibility features are working well. Period. We recently took a look at the top 100 PS4 titles as ranked by playtime, and we're expecting almost all of them to be playable at launch on PS5.
So it's the 100.
They're talking about hundreds, bro. He's talking about the 100. So it's no debate. What's the debate? They talking about the 4,000.
Okay, so here's my conflicting issue with the 100 thing. If you listen to Mark Cerny in the press conference, when he's talking about the 100 games that they tested, he's talking about the games being tested at boosted frequency. Yeah. So with the boosted frequency stuff going on,
that's not what I heard. That's not what I heard, Doja. Oh my God, we had to pull it up.
That's what I heard.
That's not what I heard. Hold up. That's not what I heard.
That's going to be a thing. These games that you play from previous generations are going to run at boosted frequencies just based on the hardware and the PS5 alone. So is he talking about those games, or
and then the other games just work like you playing them off a regular PS4?
Let's keep it a buck. Okay, talking about the 4,000, they wouldn't have mentioned the 100.
They would have mentioned.
But is the 100 about the boosted frequencies that he was mentioning in the press conference?
You know what I think, J-Man? I think they're first trying to get those top 100 games to work at launch. They got like up to 4,000 titles that they're gonna try to make sure over time they're gonna get working. I just have a problem with them having to announce a number. There shouldn't be no number with any PS4
But
title.
okay, this is my issue though, right? This is my issue, and we gonna have to take it there. Okay, in 2015, right? When they announced backwards compatibility for the Xbox One X or Xbox One. Now, I was talking about this on Twitter, and people think I'm shitting on backwards compatibility. I'm not. I'm making a comparison. First of all, when they announced it, they said we have an initial set of games going out to Xbox preview members, right? Nobody was upset about this. People were jovial and happy, right? As they should.
See, this is what I don't understand.
They did not get every game, and they did not release every game in backwards compatibility at launch because they have to test them.
Here's the thing,
Jack. Let me say something. Let me say because
Let Jack finish.
Can I finish?
Let Jack finish, and then I'm gonna blow his ass out. Let Jack finish, and then I'll blow his ass out.
Okay, so then last year they announced we're not doing any more backwards compatibility games for the Xbox One. We're moving them to the next generation, right? Which I don't have an issue with that. I don't know if you got an issue with that. That ain't the issue. My thing is, right, the way Xbox players and the community talks about backwards compatibility with the Xbox, you would just assume that every single game just works on the Xbox. When that is not the case. A narrative is being painted that the Xbox is 100% compatible.
It's not. It has to be on the list. It has to work on the list.
And also, Phil Spencer said, and J-Man probably gonna touch on this, every Xbox One X game is not gonna work on the Series X at launch.
Yes, it does.
No, it is not. He said they're testing.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
He a month ago, his tune was that he is testing those games and it's in active development. He said not all games today are completely compatible. We're working through our list.
Thank you.
All right. Can I say something?
Can I say something?
And then now, Fang.
Can I say something?
Pull up the tweet, Fang.
All right. Can I say? Look.
So 8 hours ago,
all right, go ahead.
Xbox, Twitter, all games that are currently backwards compatible. Because somebody asked, somebody asked for clarification, what games are going to be backwards compatible? They said all games that are currently backwards compatible, yes, plus all Xbox One games.
Yes, Jack, they updated that.
Okay, so
every game is not backwards compatible is the point.
No, hold on. Before I look, so basically that tweet it confirmed every Xbox One title will be backwards compatible. Same thing, and it's not even using the hardware.
Okay, we're gonna revisit this. We're gonna revisit this.
Are we gonna give PlayStation that same grace period?
Let's go back.
That wasn't the case.
That wasn't the case.
Let's go back even further. Let's go back even further because the Xbox Scorpio, the Xbox One X, actually had physical hardware of the OG Xbox inside of it,
which is very expensive. That is not the PlayStation.
Which is what enabled a lot of them to do that backwards compatibility with the OG Xbox.
And the PlayStation doesn't have that.
That whole process, it would be the same reaction as if Sony walked out on stage yesterday and said, we're doing PS3 backwards compatibility with the PS5.
See, that's what I'm trying to.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Niggas don't let me get into that
reaction.
Okay,
I'll wait.
Hold on. This is my issue with you dudes, right? That's why he emphasized if we put a cell architecture chip in the PS5, who knows how much? So when he drop a fucking $700-800 price tag, y'all gonna have y'all fucking dicks in y'all asses upset. So Jack, either you gonna pay to get that fucking shit off, or you just gonna bro, what do you want, bro?
Jack, what I'm asking you is, if Microsoft is my main issue is that I don't think PS4 games should be a problem, or even today should be working right off the rip.
Day one, all of them.
And I wouldn't agree.
We gotta wait. We gotta wait and see. We have to wait.
No. This for me, I'm just saying, if Microsoft announced not all, like you said, which you just pulled out from before, not all Xbox One titles are gonna work. I wouldn't get upset about that too. I am, because I'm like, dude,
I would be upset about that. What are you talking about?
This is why you don't get upset about that, because those games were not designed to run on that platform.
Thank you,
They
Jack.
have to test it, bro.
Okay, are you ready?
Because previous backwards compatibility was the whole chipset in the actual.
And that's why it wasn't very much, because they had to test this stuff. They had to test them.
What Microsoft did, and why people were so excited, they made the Xbox One believe it was a 360 on the software side.
They did emulation, my niggas. Y'all compared it. Your emulation, bro.
It was emulated. Now moving forward, it's going to be hardware based, not necessarily emulation based, which is why they're going to allow all the games to be playable day one. The reason 360 and OG works is because of the emulation.
That's why they had to come on the list.
The console was never designed for backwards compatibility.
Exactly.
People asked for it. They said, let's find a way to do it.
Exactly.
They got away from emulating it, and that's why people are so excited.
I'm not. This is okay. Hold on. Here, it's a disconnect here, right? I'm not knocking what Xbox is doing. I think it is a good thing, right? I'm saying, look, we can't have it both ways, right?
Yes,
Xbox ain't doing their shit 100%, and PlayStation ain't doing their shit 100%.
No, yes, we can have it both ways.
No, you cannot. How can you be happy about one thing and upset about the other one, bro? How?
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. Look, so this is what I'm saying. I would feel the same way. I'm telling you right now, I would feel the same way if Microsoft is doing the same thing as PlayStation. Like, I would
not feel the same, bro. They gotta test this shit, bro. They gotta test it, bro. Would you rather them say we're gonna test it and we'll get it right, or would you want them to launch that shit like Halo Master Chief Collection broken as fuck and they gotta work on it?
Testing everything sounds cool. I feel like when making the next gen hardware, they should have already known off rip in development in day one.
You can't
make sure that we get that.
You can't because the hardware is constantly changing.
No,
and that's why they're not telling you what SSDs to get yet. They have to test this shit, yo.
But again, what you're failing to look at is they're using AMD again. They're using x86 architecture again. They're using the same.
It was not developed.
It doesn't matter.
Alex, wait a minute, Alex. Wait.
I'm talking about PS4.
Alex, we gotta talk about PC real quick, right? There are games that came out in the last decade that are not compatible with new GPUs, right or wrong?
Why is that?
It's
because they were not developed to play on something that powerful.
Jack, it's not the GPU.
And that is true.
It's not the GPU.
Whatever the fuck it is, it wasn't developed to run on that hardware, right or wrong?
No, Jack, you're a fucking idiot because it's not the GPU. It's fucking Windows. And then again, in Windows, you have a compatibility mode.
That wasn't made for Windows, the fuck?
I'm not done talking. Can you listen to me? Again, in Windows, you have a compatibility mode, which you can make it to run in that shell of Windows, whether it's 98, 95, XP Service Pack 2.
Can I ask you a question?
So again, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Can I ask you a question?
About PC gaming.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
It's not working because it wasn't compatible. They had to test it. Shut the fuck up, dog. BG had a game. Look. BG had a game that was made in 2011, Bulletstorm, that wouldn't work on his PC. He had to go troubleshoot it, bro. If it wasn't made for that, it's not necessarily gonna work with that, right or wrong.
Again, what you're looking at is not the hardware; it is the OS.
It doesn't matter, but my point still stands. If it's not developed for something, it's not automatically.
You don't have a fucking point because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about,
bro. Okay, I misspoke, Alex. It wasn't the GPU. Whatever it was, something on that machine was not designed to run with what it was trying to run with. Correct?
Y'all remember this?
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not.
No, you're not. You're wrong because the whole point is that when Windows updates and goes to a next generation.
So you smarter than Mark Cerny. All right, my bad.
Did I say that?
Hold on, Jack.
Alex Cerny. Wow. Alex Cerny.
Here we go. Jack Mujani, the ignorant motherfucker.
Alex Cerny.
Ignorant as fuck.
Wait.
Yo, listen.
I was trying to say,
but can I get some off? Because I've been trying to spit some out. I could not get no. Yo, all I have to say is the simple fact that we're sitting here, all of us sitting here, are debating and fighting over 100. 4,000 over this just shows that there's a mistake that PlayStation has made.
They worded it wrong.
They worded it wrong. They haven't clarified on this shit, bro.
Point blank.
They haven't clarified. They haven't clarified. So there's an issue here. We don't know we don't know what's going on. They're really being really bad with this type of messaging right now.
And that goes back to my original point, what the community was saying. I was overreacting. The rollout for the PS5 has been fucking abysmal. Why the fuck would you go? Mark Cerny is one of the smartest motherfuckers in the gaming industry, right? We don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. Like, why did you even show that? Nobody watching that. Very few people watching is gonna understand anything that you're saying, right? You try to talk in lamest terms, you still talking over everybody's head that's watching it, bro. Why would you show that? We don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Jack, all I'm saying is I think out the box, we as consumers deserve to have backwards compatible, at least the last gen console.
At least last gen.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
So
I
what the
That's what. Yeah, I don't.
All I was saying.
My point is they gotta test it. That's
The
it.
process.
No.
There's
That
nothing process that Xbox had to go through.
Hold up. Your daddy told you. I see you in the chat and I fuck with you, but this sentiment I see be heard in my head. My nigga, no, I'm not gonna be playing all 4,000 fucking games, my nigga. But dog, if I have a digital library of games that I collected, I'm expecting right now that my digital library of PlayStation 4 games, when I move on to PlayStation 5, if there's any game I want to go back to, whether it be some old games I want to go back and get the platinum for, I'm expecting them to work on my new console. So I don't know why niggas keep on saying this shit. We have niggas like Jack and all that shit playing on PS Now Dishonored 5 times to get the platinum. So niggas don't come around talking about no fucking old games.
This is my issue.
Fuck out of here,
This is my issue. This is my issue. My point from the jump was that PlayStation, they might not be going by the same method they're doing backwards compatibility, but their policy and testing is similar to the one that Xbox originated in 2015.
I could believe that, Jack, if it was for the PS3 or even the PS2. Not for the
I think no one will have a problem if they came out and said, okay, we're gonna roll out PS1, PS2 games, PS3 slowly. I don't think anyone will complain. But Jack, I think everyone expected that all PS4 games are gonna work on PS5. Dog, is that like a regular thing? Or is that something I'm going crazy about? Like, why niggas damage controlling this? Why niggas damage controlling this? Why?
Hold on.
I'm not saying you, but there's a lot of people in the community damage controlling. Why though?
Nothing to damage control.
Jack, you're not wrong about saying they should test it. I'm saying to myself, why wasn't this shit fucking planned from the start to make sure that PS4 and Xbox?
Who knows? I don't know, bro. I
don't agree with. But as far as the older gen, I can understand. We're gonna try to see we can
for
work
real.
Emulation.
That's my point, Jack. If they were like, we're gonna do PS3 games and we're testing the PS3 games, we're gonna roll them out slowly. Hey, no one will
complain about that, bro. No one will complain about that or emulate it.
I understand what y'all saying.
The fact that the PS4 is not fully
we all understand that this shit is
bullshit.
We all understand that this is the same architecture. Everyone knows this shit.
We didn't keep the same energy when Microsoft said the same.
How's that the same energy?
He said nobody cares.
I just told you a month ago the article said he was testing the game. This is exactly what the PlayStation is saying.
Okay, let me just say this. We
were not talking like this about
PlayStation. They're on release. That's the difference, man. This is what I'm about to say. This is what I'm about to say. If the Xbox Series X launches with any backwards compatibility issues, I'm roasting every nigga on this panel except J, man. Y'all get at least 30-minute roast. Are we live, bro?
My nigga.
You think you dance with Henny, nigga? I'm gonna be dancing with chocolate milk Twinkies.
My nigga. My nigga, I'm telling you they need to be clear about this shit because we don't understand what's going on. And you just agreed with me. So what is there to roast me about? So what is there to roast me? We don't know. I don't know. I'm not claiming that. I just don't know what's going on. So by reading the blog post, what do we get out of it? It's saying that almost 100 games should work at launch. That's what I got out of it. So why do I deserve a roast out of it? It's Sony that they need to come out and be clear with the messaging of all PlayStation would work. What do I gotta do with this shit?
No, hold on. Stop it, Kofi. We'll do it right now. Jack, PS2, it was backwards compatible with what?
The PS1.
Nigga, about roasting me, dog. What do I gotta do with this shit? What do I gotta do with this shit?
No.
Fuck out of here, dog.
Nigga, send me some views. I don't care. Roast me, shit.
The PS3 was backwards compatible with what?
The PS2 and the PS1.
For a couple years.
The PS4 is backwards compatible with what?
Nothing. PS1, Nothing. I think, right? It's not?
Nothing.
Okay, it's done. Fuck it.
The PS5 should become backwards compatible with what?
The PS4, absolutely.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I agree with you.
Hold up, but did they say it wasn't going to be?
Thank you so much.
I think Jack took.
Thanks for coming.
Wait, no, Alex, did they say it wasn't going to be?
Did they say it wasn't
going to be?
I felt the same way about Microsoft. I didn't like that they didn't have all Xbox One games either. That's why I feel the same about both.
Alex,
they both need to have.
Did they say it wasn't going to be backwards compatible with PS4? Did they say that?
They said some titles they got to test.
The problem is what they're saying is they are not rolling out full backwards compatibility at launch.
So that's your problem. Not the backwards compatibility. The launch is your problem. The amount of games at launch.
Compatible.
As it will be. As it will be. But at launch is your problem.
My problem is
not the actual feature.
The day I buy that fucking console, I should take my PS4, throw that bitch in the trash, and put any PS4 game I want, and that shit should run no matter what.
Look, J-Man, you one of the happiest motherfuckers I know on this planet. I want to be like J-Man when I get older. He's too fucking happy if I know him on Instagram. But I'm gonna say this, dude. On day one, you know how trash. And this is just my belief. From day one games is gonna be garbage if we don't get held down by third party. Them first party games. What first party games Sony coming out with? I need PlayStation 4 games to work off rip on this damn console. I'm not trying to go back to PS4. I thought that was just an essential thing, but I agree. Microsoft.
They need to be clear, man. They need to be
more
clear. They
man.
need to be clear. That's all we're asking for. Yeah, see, I agree with you, J-Man. The whole Phil Spencer coming out and saying that. That's why, there's a lot of sources and a lot of articles saying that all Xbox games are going to work. Xbox One games are going to work.
I think that's the case now, yes.
There's a lot of sources on the internet that you could Google and says all Xbox games are going to work like that. Right now, it's not so clear with the PlayStation. So all I'm asking is, if that's the case, what y'all or some of y'all are saying, then they need to come out and clarify that. They could just say verbatim, all your PS4 games are going to work on your PS5. Why is that so hard? Or why is that such a bad thing for me to ask for them to be more clear about that? Because clearly, people are not clear about that. We're confused about this. It's not a bad thing for me to say.
Jack, but that's not even the argument, though, honestly. The argument is the energy. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, but Jack, we're primary what? Me and you. We're primary PlayStation 4, right? So, to be honest, I'm not going to voice too much concern, even though I have, though. I voiced my concern about Microsoft when I first heard that it wasn't all Xbox One games. But I'm more on primary PlayStation. Of course, I'm gonna bring that energy to at some point. My thing is too. You telling me as a feature that shit already had been there since the last gen. Y'all about to roll out this console for however much money, all this power, and we don't even know what games are coming at launch, and y'all don't got this feature already down packed, dude. The
rollout has been horrible.
Yeah, dude.
That can't be debated at all.
Yeah, so I think personally they're testing it. I'm glad they're testing it now. But I would have been more happy to know that I could have got into the next gen. Let me get rid of my PS4. I don't need to have to jump into that. But they didn't even speak about PS1, 2, and 3.
Correct. They did not.
Dude, damn. So there's
not even the two that they could emulate correctly.
They can emulate that shit.
And I think J-Man tweeted about this, and I noticed it too. That chip was mad big. They put the text on it. It was all the space at the bottom. It's like they was teasing this shit.
Y'all get rid of y'all old consoles?
It was weird, dog.
Y'all get rid of y'all consoles? I keep mine
all the time.
No.
I'm keeping my shit.
Bro, I still have my PS2 there. I still got my OG Xbox. I still got my N64. Some of these old games I still pop in.
The emulator comes out on the PC, it's in the trash.
If they open up consoles
I keep my old systems, but
who has
it would be nice.
Who has a PS2 emulate on their PC?
Not me.
I don't have
I'll tell you right now. If you take a PS2 disc right now,
you put that bitch in the driver, it works.
In the driver, it actually works. Why can't PlayStation develop an emulator app for their shit?
They should be able to. Absolutely.
Yeah, they could. Well, they said
if I take a PS2 disc and a PS1 disc and I put it in my drive, my emulator runs that fucking game.
That's what the PS2 games on PS4 are. I think they said those are emulated.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Why they?
But they only got a handful of those. Why did that? That's where my anger comes from. Why aren't there? I'm with y'all. Why aren't there more PS2 classic games?
Jack, let me tell you this: there are people who do emulation work for free and are better at doing the emulation than people who are paid at Sony to do the actual backwards compatibility emulation.
I'm not gonna argue that.
But that's the crazy thing about this whole argument. I got me defending their practice.
Why is Sony not able to do PS4 back compat with the PS5 day one on launch?
Listen. Like I said, bro, when they announced PSL...
That's my argument, right? You went this whole fucking tangent about
I think they will.
I'm telling you right now, that
I hope they do, J-Man. No one. I want them to, bro. I've been telling y'all, bro. I've been literally buying, because PlayStation does these flash sales, right? So I've been actually building up my digital library on my PS4 on purpose, buying them when they're cheap. I rebought Lost Legacy. I rebought Persona 5 digitally. I own all of them digitally. I can turn on my PlayStation right now and show you that all the games that I've rebought digitally just to bring it on to my next system. So yes, I do care that I want at least these are my favorite games on the PlayStation right now. I want them to work on my PS5. Is that it's not? I'm not saying nothing crazy here. I'm not doing nothing crazy,
you're not,
bro.
You're not because
on my PS4. I just had to put it away, but. Yeah, that's fucked up.
I was saying the same thing.
They need to be more clear. If that's the case, that's gonna play all. I'm good with that, and whatever. I want that to be the case, but they just got to come out and just be clarified, because you would think that all these tweets are going viral. My shit went viral. That they would come and announce it. They say all PS4 games are gonna work. That's all they got to say. Then end the discussion. But
yeah, the wording is definitely fucked up. And they gotta clean it up.
It is.
Y'all know me. I don't give a fuck about backwards compatibility, but I said if the messaging is fucked up with the PS4 to PS5 backwards compatibility, it's gonna cause a fucking storm on social media, and that's what they don't want right now, especially with Microsoft pretty much nailing the rollout of the Xbox Series X. It's just you just don't want to fucking beat yourself up when you don't have to. You don't have to put yourself in a position.
Let's keep it above. Like my man said earlier, the only really time this backward compatibility is really going to be a thing is the start of the gen, because beginning of the gens are usually boo-boo.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, and my thing is just overall, like, yo,
it's not even. I
don't jump into PS1 games often. Like, you don't see me jumping on PS.
I'm not.
You need to.
I don't do that. No. I have my library, my emulators, and everything, but it's one of those things. Like, yo, why can it not just be accessible? Why can it not be a feature at this point? Microsoft added that you switch games to 5 times simultaneously. Nobody asked for that shit. But you know what? Now I like what I saw right there. That could be something useful for me on the console. But like, I look at it like, damn, dog, the start of the gen is always garbage. It don't matter what game you pick up day one launch. Like, now I'm expecting that there's going to be features missing on this console. And PlayStation's been hoeing us. I don't give a fuck how much of a fan I am. They've been hoeing us since last gen. Holding back on so much shit. Party chat system sucks ass. Like, now we got the PS Plus is the most trashy shit. PlayStation now can eat shit. They're not going to give us backwards compatible because of that. They need to combine both services because PlayStation now is doodle.
You know, one thing I did get out of it, and someone said in the chat, and thank you for reminding me, they said that the PlayStation 5, a reason why this possibly could be happening because the PlayStation 5 is too fast. They were saying,
that's what we said. That's exactly what me and Jack said.
It's like too fast. It's too fast. That's what they said. That's what I remember. I remember Mark trying to say something.
No, because then any game that's what SSD on a PC doesn't fucking like that's stupid.
That's what they said, though. That's what they said.
Because I play 20-year-old games on my PC and that's fucking retarded. Like, I'm sorry, that's fucking retarded.
I'm confused by that.
The clock speed or whatever the fuck.
The clock speed of the chipset.
That's what they said. That's all I'm
saying. What they said. Alex Cerny, I'm calling that motherfucker out. Too fast, my ass. Alex Cerny for the win. Get the fuck out of here.
No, Alex Cerny said this shit was too fast. It could fuck up some of the games. That's why I remember him saying some shit.
Too fast.
You do know Sony and Nintendo got very similar with how they carry their business model. Like, even though Sony's a much more broader because of the PlayStation, but if you notice, Sony don't give a fuck. They're not gonna. Why? It's not because of the chipset. They'll rather sell you the games through PS Now or digital. They're
not too fast that they can't do it. Too fast that they have to test it to make sure it's good.
Because it messes up the game. So the console's too fast. And it could possibly mess up the game.
To make sure it's good. Do games not get fucking tested on GPUs
because
and CPUs and shit like that? They do all the time. That's why they make driver updates and shit like that.
No, dude. Because then DOSBox wouldn't exist, and GOG wouldn't exist, and no other fucking old games wouldn't exist on PC. Fuck out of here with that too fast shit.
J-Man, to be honest with you, Microsoft is superior with software, and they're making it happen.
Yo, hashtag Alex Cerny.
And they're testing their games, are they not, bro?
Yeah, they are.
They said it in the article, right? Okay, I rest my case.
Damn, I thought you was.
Well, no one ever debated. Okay, at the end of the day, I think we're all saying that when the console launches, one is going to have almost 100, the other one going to be fully ready to go. That's the only debate here.
Right.
We want them both to be ready to go 100%.
Oh yeah, I want both, man. I want both of them to be ready.
So I see. Even this is something that doesn't affect me. But I'm going to throw it out there. How about if this is the case, and how about you PSVR owners? You're a big advocate of PSVR. You believe all those games are going to work? Is your PSVR going to work out the box and play those games?
Oh, they didn't even say nothing about
it. They said the PSVR headset will work with the PS5.
Yeah, they said it will work. But will your games work?
My thinking is they would have to probably test them. They're still PS4 games at the end of the day.
So I guess we gotta wait. Right now they said 100. So maybe by the time, obviously, when it launches, it will be more. We don't know. But I think they just need to come out and clarify, like, if it's going to be the same. Because there's other people on the internet going around saying that, no, the PlayStation 5 has a mode called Legacy Mode where it plays your PS4 games at normal settings. Like, it's just so much. Yeah, that shit is confusing. It's just a lot of misinformation going on. So we just need some clarity here. We'll always need some clarity.
Pretty much. Yeah,
Microsoft got backwards compatible controllers, dude. PlayStation could do this shit.
Can we talk about, though, not even a conversation, but they said that they recently took a look at the top 100 games based on playtime. Mm-hmm. Can we get that feature on PS4? Or is that
playtime? What do you mean? Playtime?
Yeah, like we can't even track playtime on the games unless you go within the save.
That's one thing I like about what PC, Switch,
doesn't the Switch
and Xbox does it.
Switch, Xbox, and Steam, and Steam does that.
Yeah.
What's playtime? Oh, meaning like the amount of time,
like how many hours you play.
Yeah.
You good, Ricky?
Definitely lacking on them features.
I'm tripping, bro. I'll be faking.
Man said what's playtime?
I'm still
playing no. Yes, and I don't play no games.
I'm honestly still hung up on this like too fast bullshit. Like, fuck out of here.
No, go listen to it. Go listen to exactly.
I've got games.
Listen to
Look,
what
I have
Cerny was
games.
saying.
Go listen to
I
what he
did
said.
listen to it. I've got games from 1996 on my fucking PC that still fucking run. Don't give me bullshit on Too Fast. Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right. You go ahead and debate Cerny on that then.
I'll fucking
I'll put Phil Spencer while you at it.
I
put
will
his
pay
scrawny
money to
ass
see
head
that
back
shit.
in a
God
fucking
damn.
headlock. Too fast to my ass, bro. Fuck out of here.
All right, let me read some super chats.
Make that a hashtag. Too fast for my ass.
We ain't doing that one. We ain't doing that one.
Let me read some super chat. This one's from Kelly. Says Team 3MG 5 for the cause. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to Ricky. Thank you for coming today, man. Appreciate that, man.
True.
E-Rock, he says, "Hey yo, weapon wheel light is hidden. Get out of here, bro."
Yeah,
How we the
listen.
trendsetters and we the
We're
light,
the
dog.
trendsetters.
You know what I mean? Y'all start calling them PSP light, dog. All the shit they stealing from over here, bro. This one is from Donnell. He says, PC games are written to the driver. PC games don't see the GPU hardware. PlayStation games are written to the hardware. Different set of issues. Me, I don't know any. I'm not a tech expert. I don't even know you're right, so I don't even know what to take from that. I don't know.
Alex, would you debate Mark Cerny? Like, how would you feel if you got bodied by
Mark Cerny is
all,
smarter than Alex.
100%.
Mark Cerny is smarter than Alex. It's point blank.
100%. Mark Cerny would fucking body me 1,000 fold.
Nah, there's no debate here, bro.
Let me tell you something. I think Mark Cerny, so here's what I think. I think Mark Cerny doesn't even touch the ground when he walks. I think he floats. That's how smart he is.
Bro, that whole conference he didn't stutter once. Niggas were calling him the Terminator, bro.
Yeah, I
Like,
didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
yo, he was clean the whole time. He didn't stumble across his
motherfucker
words. He
never
didn't stutter.
That boy looked deep into his
perfect.
soul.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
No one's
I ain't
here.
gonna lie, though, he
Definitely no
definitely
one here claiming to know more than Mark Cerny, but
Also, the
you know what
chat
I mean?
is also fighting against this written to drivers thing. So they're fighting about that. I don't know anything about that, so I can't.
I don't
say.
know anything about it.
But the chat is saying
I'm okay with
saying that's bullshit.
I
That
don't know.
it was like written to
No,
drivers.
did they say did either?
Let them have
I
it.
think Xbox said. I think Xbox confirmed this, but did Microsoft confirm? Not Microsoft. Wow. Did Sony confirm that if I play Call of Duty on the PS5, I can play with y'all if y'all have it on the PS4?
So the good point about that is
Rainbow
that
Six. Oh, they did
Rainbow
confirm.
Six
They did
Siege,
confirm something. That's good news. Rainbow Six Siege, I guess, is going to work on the PlayStation 5. Ubisoft came out and said that, and you're not gonna have to
put
buy
your disc in there and it's gonna work.
You're not gonna have to buy another copy of the game, and you're gonna get whatever updates that come with next generation. Plus, you should be able to play against people who are still on the PlayStation 4.
Okay, there you go.
That.
Cool.
Yeah, they said they're still working on crossplay though.
Somebody in the chat said John Carmack debating Mark Cerny would be a good one.
Oh God,
That'd be crazy. That'd be fucking crazy.
Everybody always just gonna be drooling like, what the fuck? What is this dude talking?
This one is from KJZDBZ191. He says, your boys are popping tonight. PSP on that contract year level of play right now.
Oh, he said podding.
Yeah, we podding today. The Ravenflow says, Microsoft had to do backwards compatibility because they had a few major games. You know... Hold on, let me get a gunshot.
Tell him fame. Get out of fame.
When in doubt.
When in doubt.
Mm-hmm.
This one is from Tokyo T.
11 o'clock at night and fame screaming in his basement.
This one is from Tokyo Teasy. He says, I played Diablo 2, Baldur's Gate 2 with no problems. The PS5 isn't too fast, LOL. We can play any old game on PC and it works
Thank you very much.
perfectly fine. See, it's not my expertise, so I'm going to keep my quiet here. I don't claim to know all this shit, so I just shut up when it comes to this type of shit. But I just expected my PS4 game shit to work. That's it. Sofa Spy, he says, when do you think we will see the actual console and controller since E3 and most events are canceled for Corona? They're probably going to do another digital event. That's my guess.
Yeah.
And there'll be more...
Probably in June.
It need to be more consumer friendly, like
more gamer focused.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why they live stream this.
Yeah.
Terrible.
They didn't have to live stream this shit. If it was more like, telling us features.
Yeah, they could have kept that shit on the Send that to EA or something. I don't know.
Send that to Digital Foundry like Xbox.
Somebody,
did.
god damn.
Yeah, that shit was kind of buns, but
Yeah. All right. So I got one last question. We're gonna wrap it up. It's been a great podcast. I know y'all been enjoying it. Hit that like button. I'm gonna ask this question again. I've been asking this question quite a few times on, my other streams, other videos on Twitter. I want to see what the chat thinks at this point in the game. I know some of y'all are like fans of specific consoles, but so far, who has the better rollout of these next generation consoles? The PS5 or the Xbox Series X? I want to see the chat. Because there's gonna be people that say, people are gonna be saying the PS5. Watch.
Stop
it. Let me read the super chat from Donna.
Because a lot of Jack, a lot of people when I tell them that the rollout of the Xbox has been good, Jack, they tell me no, it hasn't. They said no, Kofi, you're just you're hyping.
If you comparing it to the PlayStation, it's been phenomenal. Like, come on, man, I can't even
Hey man, egg bog is the best bog. But Donnell Bailey, thank you for the $5. Not bullshit. The entire reason DirectX was invented was to prevent PC developers from having to target different GPUs. Sit and spin, motherfuckers. Too fast my ass. Hashtag too fast my ass.
Mark Cerny.
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
J-Dub said, or this guy says PS5. But yeah, overall, I would say it's been a night and day for Microsoft. For Microsoft, they've been doing a good rollout of the console. Even though, like I said, they're likely still going to get bodied regardless because the PlayStation brand is way too powerful. It's way too big. And it's going to be really hard for them to compete when it comes to being the most popular. Because PlayStation makes a tweet, this shit goes triple platinum. Xbox makes a tweet, this shit goes styrofoam, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
styrofoam.
So triple wood.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna be tough to beat, but the Xbox still could be a good platform if you're into that ecosystem and stuff. Like, it doesn't mean that the Xbox is gonna be shit. So far, Microsoft's doing a good job. Hopefully, Sony picks up the pace with the PS5 and it becomes a little bit more excitement because so far it's been really slow. Also, people have been saying that, since Sean Layden's not there, like Jim Ryan looks kind of, spooky on stage presenting stuff. Like even when he came out and does his little short thing. What do you guys think? Like, who's gonna be the spokesperson for the PlayStation 5 on stage when they do this type of shit now?
I don't know. I think Herman Hulse could do it though, but he hasn't really been on stage yet.
You think Herman could be a good representative to like speak at conferences and stuff like that?
I do. I think people like that foreign fucking accent and shit like that sometimes.
I think he's good, yo. I actually like that person.
He's a smooth talker.
I think he's a very likable person. Like how he presents himself, like Herman Hulse.
Yeah.
I think
I do too.
I think he's a very likable person, bro.
But I think it's gonna be Jeff Keighley though, by the way. Jeff Keighley.
All right, man. I think that's about it. We're gonna wrap it up. It's been a great episode, man. We talked about the Xbox Series X. We talked about the PS4, PS5. I apologize. And it's been a good episode, man. Going back and forth, heated debates, but it's all love in the end of the day, man. So we're gonna go ahead and do the outros. I almost said outro.
Introductions.
I almost said it. It is a real world, by the way. Y'all were laughing at me the last time. It's a real world. And I used it correctly. That's a real world, by the way. Nah,
yes, it is. No, listen.
I almost said it again too, bro.
No, listen, hold on. Outroduction. I just Googled it. It is a Wikipedia and an Urban Dictionary. So it's not even a real fucking word, Coach.
People said it was a real word.
You got finessed? Oh, man.
Nah. Look at that. It's a fake fucking word.
Nah,
dude.
People said it's a real word.
I'm gonna give Kofi half a W on that. I still gotta give him half a W.
All right, so we're gonna do the outros. I'm gonna start off with our guest, 3MG Ricky, man. I really appreciate you coming through this episode. Y'all were great. 3MG, do an outro for me.
All right, so I appreciate y'all having me, man. Like, I talk a lot, so if y'all would let me just have the mic, I'll be talking all fucking night. But still, appreciate y'all guys, man. If y'all want to ever kind of like recap in the next couple, whenever y'all have available slots, man, just hit me up, bro. I'm always available, bro. Make sure y'all check everybody out. Check out everybody's channel, man, and hopefully these fucking consoles don't suck, man. 3MG Live on every platform, man.
I think overall, like with that being said, I think this is gonna be like a real step up from what we had. Like this is looking like a real leap. So all of y'all PlayStation mans, Xbox man, there's a lot to be excited for with these next generation consoles, for real. Like y'all shit is better than Alex's computer. You know what I mean? He's all threading and shit. It's better than a lot of other niggas' computer. Like y'all shit is actually really good.
I do got a question.
Y'all shit was really good this time.
When did you buy your 2080?
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
I got a question for Alex real quick, right?
What's that, Jack?
Okay, now we was making fun of this shit, like them, the fanboys always gonna be comparable to a 2080 and all that. Digital Foundry did come out and say they
Gears, right? Didn't they say Gears?
Yeah,
Gears?
they kind of
right?
said the same thing. What you think about that?
That's why I think the console's not going to be $499.
No,
That's why I think it's going to be $599 and up.
That's what I'm saying.
I think if that's the case of what they're doing, and they're going to make it comparable to a 2080 Ti, like legitimately, that's not going to be a cheap console. It's not going to be $499. That's why I think it's going to be like $599, $699.
It's very exciting times, dog, for like you console gamers, like even including myself, because I'm still going to buy the consoles anyway. So very exciting time, man. These consoles are going to be dope. Hopefully,
Alex, you came a long way from the Xbox is going to be a 2060, man. A long way.
Honestly, I still think it's going to be.
It's going to be a capable machine, like what we see with the ray tracing.
Yeah, 2060.
And I'm pretty sure when PlayStation finally comes out and do these demonstrations, it's going to be really good too, because whatever they're showing and with their SSD,
we don't see,
and how excited devs are for the PlayStation 5, it's gonna be a beast console as well. You already know PlayStation got some of the most talented devs out there, man. So yeah, man. But Fame, yo, go ahead and do your outro.
Man, shout out to Kofi for only having me on when he needs an Xbox nigga on the show.
That means I put respect.
Hate to see
yo,
it.
that means I put respect on your name when it comes to Xbox. Then,
I'll take that. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. Jack, you know I love you, dog.
Yeah, no doubt.
They made the Nets an ass. Alex, you my guy.
Damn, wasn't we the last team to beat y'all? I think we gave y'all coronavirus. Never mind.
Wow. Hey, yo,
Fabian T2K across the board, man. That's it.
True.
And our panel, man, it was a great show, man. Jack, go ahead, do your show.
Oh man, actually, I don't fuck with the podcast. I always like having a little debate. It's always fun to debate with somebody that's not Blessed Red, so I always appreciate that.
Shout out to Blessed Red, who's actually cooking you in the chat, by the way.
They not sponsored by Elmer's Glue type shit, so that's cool. YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Mixer, Jack, Mood, Johnny. Y'all know how to get in touch with me, man. We out.
Alex.
Yo, tomorrow night, my channel, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Doom Eternal stream. Fucking get on it. I'm gonna rip my clothes off. I'm gonna come all over my monitor. It's gonna be great.
I was about to say, I ain't gonna lie, Alex. The game is fire, but you just went so left.
Have you seen the podcast?
Yeah, I realized you are left.
Yeah. Let me see that ass, boy.
Leftflix.
Yo, we really had two topics today, bro. We literally had
pretty much.
But it was good shit. It was good shit.
Just stretched damn near 3 hours.
And J Main, dog.
Man, appreciate Fame and 3MG for pulling up on us, my guys. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share out the stream, let people know what we got going on here. And let the record reflect that developers are coming out speaking highly about the PS5. They ain't do the same for the Series X. Y'all have a good night.
When in doubt.
Oh, you kept that in the tuck. Okay.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
When in doubt. When in doubt.
Yo, all right, yo, we out. Everybody have a great night. And we'll see you guys on Off the Record on Tuesday. Check out our Patreon to get our second podcast that we do bi-weekly. So we only need 3 more for 200, man. So you could bless us. Y'all can do something generous. Just give us $1. That's it. Y'all be giving us more in super chats. $1. Join the Patreon. Get a second podcast, bro. That's it. We out of here, man.
Hey, how many more till I have to wear a do-rag?
Just 3. That's it.
3 more patrons and I wear a do-rag.
And you're gonna wear a do-rag?
That's gonna be funny as hell, bro.
Yo, I just got my bumper cloud on, yo. I got dreads.
All right, yo, we out, bro. We out, man. Take it easy, guys.